welcome, and thank you for being here. Good morning, Grand Rising, Bismillah, Wealthiest Rising. Happy Monday, everyone. That's crazy. And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, Wealthiest Rising, everyone. Wealthiest Rising. What was that? Okay. And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a new day. Thank you guys for being here. Wealthy is rising, rich rising. We're going to start off with Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillah, like we always do every day. Surah Al-Fatiha is in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. All praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful. Master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or those who are astray. Then we're going to go into Psalms 91. Please and thank you. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for He acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I mean, all right. So today's message that we have on here. Hello, everyone. Wealthiest rising, rich rising, Bismillah. Thank you for being here. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome to a new day. For some reason, it's giving me that song. Like, y'all hear the birds? Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Excuse me. That was a bird coming out. And so I was over here trying to get all my stuff together. And I was prepared in so many different ways, except for the fact that I never located my camera saw. And then when I went to look for it, it was too much trouble. And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. Lisa, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to a new day. The message is they never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles. They never expected you to rise after everything, meaning somebody basically was trying to make sure they was going to hold you down. But mind you, it's in the world today. That is like the motivational theme story of David and Goliath, I guess, or just any underdog where somebody, something um, thinks that they hold, the keys to your interaction, your success, your elevation, your ascension. And as we know, that's definitely not true. Some people are just minions and bots along the story, and yes, can get in the way like a gnat or like a fly, just being annoying. But as you know, we will always be triumphant. We will always be resilient. And with that being said, we're going to start this day off the way we always do, with a good hot prayer, as we just already did. But, we extend it sometimes into life. All right, so creator of peace and wisdom, quiet the noise inside of me and around me. Help me release what no longer belongs in my spirit, the fear, the doubt, the heaviness, the need to carry everything alone. Give me clarity when my mind is overwhelmed, strength when I feel tired, and discernment when everything around me feels confusing. Protect me and my energy from people, places, and situations that drain my peace. Guide me towards what is aligned for me. Genuine love, honest connections, purpose, stability, and growth. Teach me not to abandon myself, trying to be accepted by others. Remind me that my worth is not based on approval, productivity, and perfection. For the collective, may healing reach the people silently suffering. May broken hearts find peace. May weary souls find rest. May those carrying invisible pain remember that they are still needed here. And if nothing else, let tomorrow carry more light than today. I mean, so with that being said, I would like to apologize to my children. And with that, why is because passing down beliefs and conditioning that I didn't know. So not that I have to, but I want to, because I remember one of my kids saying to me, like, they don't want to have to feel the need to be able to do everything for themselves and have to do everything for themselves. And that is a fact. Like, and not that, my mom or dad did anything wrong. It's just that they only knew what they knew. And so, like, listening to my mom's stories when I was growing up, she was like, at 17, I took care of myself, because that's what was passed down to her. But mind you, this has been the destruction of the Black household. It was a plot that was meant to succeed a whole lot further into the future than even we knew. And so at 17, I was running the household, taking care of myself. At 9, I was able to, do things that probably 9-year-olds shouldn't be able to do. They should be able to, be a kid. I'm learning to take care of the house, take care of, my brothers and things of that nature. And the reason why, and then just got passed down generation to generation to generation. If I had it to do over, and I wish I could do it, no, matter of fact, no, let me take that back. I love the fact that I did it how we did it, but I wish I knew more then than I do now. And with that being said, keeping the kids, it takes a village to raise a child. Nobody should feel like they should have to be out in the world as a young adult, 17, 18, 19, 20. So even for my mom, I apologize for the people before her. They only knew what they knew, so if that finds some peace and healing in her heart, apologize for the ancestors that they had to do what they had to do. And right now, one of those things is breaking the generational curse, breaking the cycle of putting your kids out at a certain age and expecting them, or sending these kids to, anywhere other than be able to explore life and just figure out for themselves without having the pressures of, and that's not to say they shouldn't have to learn how to maintain. So, there's stuff that still has to be done, because there's kids that still live with their parents and everything. Oh, well, I don't have to do any da da da. It teaches you to be on your own when it's time. Or, even if you don't want to be on your own, it teaches you to be in the other hut. On the property, but in your own, house, because you have to do stuff. But anyway, long story short, one of the things that I have in my mind, because even to this day, realizing that having that village, even when you still have to do what you need to do as an adult, but having that village to rely on helps you. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being here. And a goddess, and let me go over here and look and make sure. And Gaze, hi, welcome. I love you. Thank you for being here. Let me go make sure your name is right, because I love y'all and I want to make sure y'all are addressed properly. Um, in a in a Godiva, in a Godiva. Okay, period. 9590. I love you and thank you for being here. And thank you for the warm well wishes. All right. So along with that, the message is they never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles. Um, some of the lessons that we learn are for a purpose. Most of the lessons that we learn for a purpose. Because I done had some that I was thinking I didn't have to learn that shit, but maybe I did. Anyway, to be able to help somebody else out of a situation, you have to, be able to go through some things. And this is also a testament as to making sure that we watch what we say, because in order for us to, move throughout this universe, we have to realize the power of life and death is in the tongue. When you ask God for strength, guess what you have to do? Go through some stuff that's going to make you strong. So now, with that being said, I just be asking God for wisdom because, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to go through or to be able to see or to be able to, spot when something is not meant for me. With that being said, I had a dream this weekend, right? It is 11:11 on the time clock. We done been here, right? I had a dream about a whole nigga that I don't know, never engaged with. But anyway, it was maybe the name, but the nigga showed up manifested into my dream too. So Chaotic, right? I don't know if y'all know who Chaotic is, but if you do, go look him up. He's a very handsome young man. I don't know nothing about Chaotic. That's the reason why I don't know why he would be in my dream. Anyway, long story short, in my dream, he has a very beautiful spirit. Like everything that I see about him is like he always is like, happy go lucky. Like when I see him, he be doing shit on TikTok. And so I ain't never really stopped to, be in his business or any of that. But for some reason, this man manifested into my dream yesterday morning in a way that was, and it makes me wonder because his name is Chaotic, but the way he manifested in my dream was the reverse of his name. Mind you, um, it was very specific. That was the other thing. Like we had a whole big ass like y'all. It started off real like I want to say the right word because everything about it was the word I want to use is charming. And mind you, even going into my dream when I woke up, it was still the word I want to use is delightful. But then it made me wonder, how did chaotic manifest into my dreams? Anyway, I don't know, but y'all do with that information what you will. Anybody got any thought process on it, please let me know. Again, welcome, love you, thank you for being here. Um, hey, Big Mama with love and period. Big Mama, not the little one, period. All right. So if anybody got any thoughts on that, because like I said, and because I want to explain it, but I don't really know how to explain it. It was kind of strange because he just appeared out of nowhere, but the way he appeared was exactly the way a nigga should appear in your life. And so again, it threw me off because we literally had a whole entire life playing out. And like I said, I don't know nothing about this man. I don't know how old he is. I don't know, I know he's a very handsome man. I watched him one time on live, but anyway, and past that, I don't know nothing about him. So y'all, feel that out. So dear collective, stop questioning whether you're worthy. You were born worthy. And I know sometimes in life, right, we'll start to question ourselves, like when stuff starts to happen, and it could be our own fault. And that's the one thing. Accountability is an amazing thing. Y'all, please hit the like button for me because lets them know I came to work today. I showed up for all intents purposes. So, you know, I love y'all and thank y'all. Um, when things start to happen in our life, we start to question whether or not, like, what did we do? I know I have, right, for all intents purposes. And anytime I'm giving a message, it's because of, something that I kind of went through anyway, right? And not that it was my fault. Sometimes we have to realize, matter of fact, I'm gonna say all the time, we have to realize that this person or whoever you have had an interaction with, that's their journey, and then you have your journey, right? And so whether or not we believe it or not, or whether or not, because a lot of us think that we can kind of stop people from doing the things that they do. We can't. They have to, stop themselves from doing it. It is their journey, their walk, they have to figure it out, right? And sometimes we'll take it to heart. And I'm gonna say this because um many moons ago in a relationship, and I happen to think that I did everything that a person should want, right? And then a person did something that I didn't think that they should do, cheated on me, right? And I'm saying, like, why would they do that? Because I gave a lot to the person. I did a lot for the person. I would go out of my way for a person, right? And I'm only using that because in life, this is one of the biggest things that happen. It's like infidelity, but it's like loyalty. Why would a person break my loyalty when I'm loyal to them, right? And no, never mind. It has nothing to do with us. It's this person, their journey, and what they have to deal with, right? Anyway, long story short, I kind of let it fester in me to the point where I started to feel bad because I'm saying, why would a person do me like that? And so it kind of manipulates a little bit maybe in your brain, especially when nobody have talked to you or nobody told you about stuff like that. And this is another reason why I say it takes a village to raise a child, because even with that, who do you talk to? Like me, I had like friends to, kind of talk to, and I don't think that was a great idea because you got young people talking to other young people. It was never a thing where the adults would say, this is good morning, Aunt Louise, where the adults would say, oh, this is going to happen to you, or this could potentially happen to you in life, and this is how you become emotionally responsible in a situation. When a person does something to you, it has nothing to do with you, it is them, their walkway, their journey, their this. You have to continue on doing the things that you need to do for you and stay on your pathway, because it's important for you to stay on your pathway. Don't let nobody move you off your square. But how are they going to tell you that if they don't know? Everybody else is just normally, I love you. Everybody else is doing what they're doing too, trying to figure it out. Your higher self is not disappointed in you for struggling. It is proud of you for continuing. Just think that about all the people who are not here right now. Like, people go through a lot of things, and some people are not here. Some people quit the journey because they can't take it. And that's one of the things that I tell, a lot of people, started from the bottom, now we here. We're a resilient group of people, right? And I've noticed more and more people starting to question the dynamics about around Earth, right? So over the weekend, I happened to see something from Plies. It's kind of hot in here. It's like already 80 something degrees in my house, y'all. So, and I got the window open. But either way, so I started to see Plies this something that was on his page, right? And he said, um, why are a certain group of people, the melanated people, right? Why has it been an active, um, I don't know what you would call it, um, an active plot, I'm gonna say, throughout the world to degrade, to destroy, to limit the black people, right? The melanated people. I'm gonna stop using that term. I'm trying to stop using colors. The melanated people, right? And then he went on into that, but it was a thing, like questioning why. What did we do? Then I go to another girl's page and she's saying the same thing. All of us are wondering, what did we do to these people in order for them to have such hate in their hearts for a more melanated person? And it was funny to me because they started this thing where it's like they say that if you talk to um a baby starting from, when they come out the womb, if you talk to them before they go to bed and ask them what made them proud today, right? That it will teach your child, on into the future. I forgot what it said. It wasn't really important because the first thing that I noticed is y'all can figure out how to teach everything except for how not to be racist. Because one is melanated and one is less melanated. Same, connection, same people, same. But then I started to notice something also in the process. So throughout this weekend, I've been noticing that people have been on this earth a whole lot longer than even 400, 300, 200,000 years, right? People have been on this earth and on this planet way longer. The thing that I noticed is they start to categorize them in different ways, in different forms, which threw me off because people are people. It shouldn't matter if you're a Homo sapien or if you're this, or matter of fact, the lesson is right here. But then I started hearing about more different names. Um, humans a million years ago. So humans a million years ago, they started categorizing them and separating them into names like let's see, it was um Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, which is where we fall in, and they found us about 300,000 years ago. But this ain't it. This is just the surface layer of what they're trying to tell us, because and these are all things that you can, go look up yourself, go, Google, go AI, whatever it is that you like. Um but then I noticed that this would be the separation, because if the human species, as a, walking, talking, thinking, navigating type of entity, has been here for that long period of time, why did they start to classify and separate? And mind you, then they started to do it again. It's like they're almost trying to strip it down to the most minute things, because people have to realize, like, even if they separated into from this species, Homo, erectus, to Homo sapien. They did that. Then they try to separate from black to white. After they do that, and they got all the people where it's all the melanated people over here and the less melanated people over here. They're still going to start with, even within that, to still try to bring it down to whatever. It's like something in the mindset of whoever is trying to manipulate behind the scenes, it don't make sense. All right, so even right here, if you go to Google, because the same thing I put in Google, I put in chat, right? So it was, so how long have humans been on Earth exactly? And like I said, the number keeps changing based off of what they say or how you word it. Um, all of their wealth come from us. This is a verified fact. We are the same though. That's the thing. It's just the melanated and the less melanated. Somehow the less melanated figured out how to trap a people. And it's all right. So this is another thing. Have y'all seen the Crystal Skull, the Crystal something? It's something on Netflix. It's a kid's story, right? Um, Y'all, I keep telling y'all, anything that you seen when you was young, if it left the imprint on you, go back and look at it again now with new fresh eyes, with your new spiritual eyes. All right, so it's called, let me see where I'm at. What did I watch? The Crystal something. Dark Crystal. It's a little elfin kids something, talks about the fairies and the people that live underground. But go watch it, and I promise you, it's gonna do some things in your brain that you're gonna be like, they put this on TV, they put this right in front of us. What ended up happening, and the thing that I noticed, was the lady that controlled the crystal, they came and they gave her something to occupy her time, which they said they let her travel throughout all the universes. But basically what it did is it put her body in a stasis, and then it allowed her mind to travel throughout the universe, right? So mind you, she done went to sleep for thousands of years, or about 1,000 years, right? And didn't realize that 1,000 years her time was still going. This is like when they talk about you being AI and this being a simulation. Like your body could be somewhere and mind you in a stasis and you're over here. Mind you, there's a young lady, they just woke up out of a coma, right? They put her in a coma. She woke up out of the coma. They went on here, woke her up, and now she has to go through grief therapy because she's saying that in her coma, she had a husband, she had children, and a whole nother life, and now they woke her up to this cold ass place. And she was a grown, full-fledged adult when they put her into the coma, and she's coming out of her coma saying that. Anyway, long story short, so if you go look at the dark crystal, what ends up happening is that the person that was in charge of the crystal, these entities came along and they convinced her that basically they would keep the people safe, right? Which made me think, do y'all remember a long time ago when they started saying, and I'll look it up to make sure that y'all we can actually, point the people. But them people over there in Britain or England or somewhere, the European folks said that um there's a story that goes throughout ancient Kemet, Egypt, where Africa, where y'all people come from, everybody, where the spark of life comes from, and it says that they gave them something, and it was for safekeeping. So instantly, as I'm listening to the kid's story, I'm kind of collectively connecting the dots with these folks, right? So long story short, what they were doing the whole entire time was manipulating behind the scenes. So go look at that if it's something that you get involved, because I know a lot of people don't want to watch kid stuff, but mind you, they be putting it right in your face. Avatar. Like a lot of things that they pitch the kids, it's like they gotta, and it's weird because they start indoctrinating early. Like, remember I said it is acceptance, like blind acceptance. They tell you early, and then you grow up not realizing they already told you Avatar existed, this existed, Star Wars, all of these things existed, right? So listen, it says the early hominins, the evolutionary lineage leading to humans began with early hominins, Hominins, in Africa, approximately 6 million years ago. 6 million years. One of the earliest known hominins, I hope I'm saying that right, is Ardipithecus, walked upright and used its hands for tool making and survival tasks, marking the beginning of the bipedalism. Between 4 and 2 million years ago, species such as Australopithecus, Austra, Lopithecus. I am correct up. Anyway, that's how you spell it. Look it up. Evolved, showing more advanced upright tool, walking, tool use, and climbing abilities. Mind you, this is the thing. They will tell you this, right? And then you can go look for yourself throughout history how ancient civilizations worked and had buildings. They had everything. And this is what they try to keep pitching us: horse and buggy and wagons. Mind you, horse and buggies and wagons still live right now in this history with cars. I'm from Delaware. We have a large Amish group there. Pennsylvania, y'all have a large Amish group. I don't know about all these other areas, but it's common for us to have seen at any given time. Like this is normal. Okay, but they'll be having it, however they have it. But a horse and buggy with a stereo system. I grew up seeing that. Every week I could go to the sale and there's Amish people there. So it's like everything is running consecutively at the same time. So they want to pitch you that this is how everybody lived. No, everybody there was these people had a whole civilization that was evolved, and they will try to tell you, they will sell you on that these people were what they call them, um savages. Mind you, everything they got, everything they took came from those particular savages. Mind you, this is the other part that I see, and this is the part that, and y'all go look at this. Africa right now is the largest. Like the United States, China, I mean, and Russia, they can fit inside of Africa, right? But for some reason, Africa fights against itself. Africa don't realize that if they actually get themselves together, they could be the spark for the nation and for the world. And I believe this is the reason why the Europeans continue to keep, them at odds with each other, because of the fact that if if Africa ever gets together, let me get some tissue. If Africa ever gets itself together to realize that they are one sound, one band, one people, they're going to be unstoppable. Because right now it's like the Congo is arguing with these people, and then Mali is arguing with. Then you got Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is leading the charge in everything. Burkina Faso, Ibrahim is basically making it so like he's doing the thing that a leader should do. Mind you, if all the leaders were exactly the way Abraham was or Abraham is, then it would make for them to realize like all of y'all are one sound, one band. All of y'all are Africa. Like there is no separation. I know how bad y'all want to do it, South Africa, this place and this place, but if y'all ever get it together, if we could ever actively get it together as a whole group, we could actually stop a lot of the things that they're doing. Hi Xavier, love you. Thank you for being here. So the other thing that I was looking at is that and y'all can go look this up yourselves too. Every time the less melanated people show up, it don't matter where. Throughout history, throughout time, France, they keep being a part of the list. So far, also Canada. Canada be really out here trying to act like they are, for the people. Canada their name keeps coming up too. But every time these people get their hands on something, they rob, they pillage, and steal for natural minerals. They will rob a place blind. France, every time, because there was something, one of the guys is doing a series on like islands and things of that nature. And y'all should go check him out because literally, I'm gonna tell y'all who he is. He's literally giving all the jewels and gems on all the islands and everything else in the middle of, God knows where. They will find this young man right here, Jay Taj. Every single one of them, except for one. My name is Jay Taj, and today is day 17 of 31 days straight of me putting the PI all up in AAPI month by giving you necessary pieces of Pacifica facts, knowledge, history, heroes, and sometimes just my own point of view. Tonga is a collection of 170 paradise islands in the South Pacific. The indigenous people of Tonga have lived there for well over 3,000 years. There are 4 core values that hold the Tongan society together. One is called Fufaka Apa'apa'aki, which is mutual respect, Fivei Tokai-aki, sharing and cooperation, Lototo, humility and generosity, and Tauhi Vaha'a, which is loyalty and commitment. And I apologize to my Tongan family for messing that up, but that is the foundation, is what they call the Whakatonga, the Tongan way, and it's strong. It's as strong as it's ever been. You see, back in the day, around the same time that Britain was colonizing Australia, France was colonizing Kanaki, the United States was taking Guam, Germany was carving up Samoa, so on and so forth. Tonga somehow stayed Tonga, not because the colonizers weren't interested in Tonga. They were very interested, but it was because of the strategy and genius of one king, and his name was Taufa'ahau. History knows him as King George the Ball. Do y'all see something about this man? Mind you, a lot of the stories that he go look up, like, do y'all see something about this man? Everywhere the melanated people were there. Everywhere. Go look at his stories. He's giving you the facts behind everything, right? So what he ends up doing is creating a constitution. You know who else had a constitution? Right here. Before it became the United States of America, the indigenous melanated people had already created a constitution. That's where the constitution that they have, they took it from the Indians, the indigenous people. I don't want to say the Indians either, because we got to question who's who right now, because these niggas then imported some people and this, that, and the third. This is why, even like what people don't know, a lot of people don't realize and know that during the time when they started doing when slavery and things of that nature was happening, and they started getting rid of when the slaves started running away, a lot of black slaves went into Mexico. Like, they went into different places. So Mexico can't, like, black people are everywhere. Melanated, and I keep trying, I'm not trying to say that. Melanated people, even from this land, went everywhere. And so when people are actively, and it's a thing, like even with the Spanish people, Mexicans don't like to be called Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans don't like to be called like Dominican, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. But y'all don't. It is the argument that we keep having amongst each other what keeps everybody small. Mind you, it's people that look in the mirror on a daily basis that are more melanated than me, and will actively be upset because somebody called them, black or something of that nature. We all belong to the same family. Like, literally, the spark when it came, because if it's a lie, then they're also telling it, because this is the thing. Biblical history only goes back to about 10,000 years. I'm going to say that. So if that's the case and the story is true, then that means that the creation story would go back millions of years, because the creation story would have had to happen when the first human species came into existence. And it's like with anything. If I tell you something and then you tell somebody else something and then you tell somebody else something and then you tell somebody else something, eventually the message gets lost. It may hold, a little bit of, some of the same traits, but then you have to think of the manipulators that come in, because just like on the Dark Crystal, the manipulators came in, and guess what they figured out? They used the crystal to pillage, and then when they couldn't use it no more, they tried to figure out how to now get more out of something that you done already bled to death, and then they figured out, let's drain the people of the energy. All y'all running around here wondering why y'all tired. Why everybody's sleeping so much. Everybody's overworked. They literally are trying to get more and more and more out of the system.
And the Tongans call him King Seositupo. He unified all the Tongan Islands under one monarchy in 1845, and he did something that no other Pacific leader had done at that scale, at least not successfully, which is he wrote a constitution for his kingdom. In 1875, there was a document that he wrote that said that the land belongs to Tonga and foreigners will never own.
And this is one of the other things. So I really want y'all to hear this, right? But the other thing is this. If you look at when the history,
the land belongs.
If you look at the history of when everything started to get corrupted, somewhere around the 1700s, 1800s, clearly in the 1900s, because I was born around that time, and clearly in the 2000s, something happened, a switch, something is missing that they don't want to tell us about. Majestic Grace, I love you. Thank you for being here. Wealthiest Rising. She said, magnificent rising, everyone. So listen to this. And this is what everybody else should have did, because this is what they actively came over here, because the indigenous people over here said they came with talking papers. They didn't understand what the hell they were saying because they didn't speak the same language. But this is what he did.
Leader had done at that scale, at least not successfully, which is he wrote a constitution for his kingdom. In 1875, there was a document that he wrote that said that the land belongs to Tonga and foreigners will never own it, ever. Now, we all know that Hawaii was also a sovereign kingdom, and they had a constitution as well. The difference is that the
foreigners will never own the land. You know what they came over here and did? So apparently, and this is the other thing, everybody was learning from each other, which is really crazy, because for everybody to have been so spread apart, which is why I keep telling y'all, everybody was not spread apart. Everybody seemed like they were somewhere close together, because he did a constitution. He was successful about it. excuse me, the indigenous people over here did a constitution, and he also tells you about other people that did constitutions too. He's the only one, this man, and he's talking about is the only one that did it successfully, but how did everybody know to do it? But then also you have to remember, when we learning from them, they learning from us too. So when he did the constitution and he was able to make sure that nobody did nothing, over here they figured out, because what they said in this one, and it's in the law books, y'all can go look it up. When the indigenous people here did treaties with them, they made it so that the indigenous people could not sell the land to other people, that only the federal government was allowed to sell the land. Why would the federal government be the ones that can sell land that did not belong to them? Because it wasn't a federal government. They came over here and they started doing stuff. The White House right now is on stolen land. They keep trying to redirect the history to tell you in the 1800s, somewhere around there, is when they automatically started now with this legal stuff, trying to put themselves above the people who were already on the land.
The threats that came to Tonga came from the outside, whereas the threats that came to Hawaii came from infiltrators that were already living on their land, which is a whole nother story I'll get to on another day. Before King Seosi wrote the Tongan Constitution, he traveled to Australia, where he saw Aboriginal Australians who had been stripped of everything, every acre they'd ever known. They were landless on the lands of their ancestors. So he went back to Tonga and he put land protections into law under his kingdom. And he then did something genius, which I think was the thing that made it work, was he played colonial powers against each other. He signed treaties with Germany, Britain, and the United States, all of them scared to fuck with one another, so their treaties recognized Tonga as a sovereign nation. Now, Britain did eventually get Tonga to sign a protectorate agreement in 1900, and Britain controlled Tonga's foreign affairs, but they never controlled the land. They never ran the government, and the King of Tonga stayed the King of Tonga. And then in 1970, the protectorate eventually ended, and Tonga was able to walk out fully sovereign. Every other Pacific nation has had its sovereignty taken away at some point or another, and Tonga found a way to protect its own, not with weapons, but with strategy and documents, with a king who saw what happened to other Pacifica people, and he never let it happen to his. And in my opinion, Tonga should be celebrated for that from now until the end of time.
And they should. And if y'all see him, y'all go look for him on, he's on, where's this at? My TikTok, I think. But anyway, so he is breaking it down, and he got a lot of good stuff in there. He came up with all the jewels and gems. Mind you, he's the only person on there right now. So I done cleared everything out. But he definitely keeps coming with jewels and gems, because I was basically making a decision to only give, information that is pertinent at this moment in time, because I've also noticed something that's happening with social media that I don't know. But anyway, long story short, we have to be mindful that we are not separate. And as long as they keep us arguing, yep, the penny is mightier than the sword, and period. And so many different reasons. Y'all don't even realize. Like, that saying is definitely important, because again, talking papers and writing stuff, but also you ain't hear this from me. This is not threatening. So ladies, be mindful that this ain't threatening, right? But when you need to protect yourself, because again, the pen is mightier than the sword. I can take it out. I can, write a whole bunch of laws, this, that, and the third. But in case you want to start acting up, do with that information what you will. Okay, so that saying goes a long way, because this can show up any fucking where. Okay. Nobody's gonna say nothing. Oh, she's got her pen and her pad. And just so y'all know, this message is being sponsored to y'all by the Numbers Spiritual Numbers Journal, which is by Tylishia LHarmon, aka me. And you can find this on your Amazon, your big box. Okay, so going to get you that. What it does is it documents your numbers, your synchronicities, and your signs from the universe. It keeps them all in one good place, to where you're able to, identify the patterns. For everybody that's talking about they got pattern recognition, and those who don't, this will help you identify the patterns. It's 11-11. 11 people here, 11 people like. I love y'all for that. See what I'm saying? Y'all be giving synchronicities and signs all on your own. Anyway, you are not lost. You're in transition. There is a difference. There's absolutely a difference. Everything that left your life was not punishment. People, places, and things. Some things ended because your spirit outgrew them. It was necessary and needed. Some people were designed and wanted to, hold you back. They were on assignment. That was the design. The version of you that survives this season will move differently forever. You keep your head on a swivel. You pay attention. Nothing is a coincidence. Anybody and everybody coming into your life, you start to pay attention. What the value does this situation, this person, this place, this thing give me? Is it taken from me? Is it adding to me? When one thing exists, so does the other. Be mindful of that. And even when we can't see it, just know that the other thing does exist. And sooner or later it'll find us, depending upon if you like this one or you don't. Okay, it'll change, and it can change. You do not need permission to become who you were meant to be. You don't have to ask nobody. And this is the thing, they hold control, and they trying to hold control by trying to force us to have to get what we need from them when we already have everything we need. We are separate because we keep allowing ourselves to be separate. Africa as a whole, it's like for people not to realize that this is part of Africa. Like, you ask people where certain places are, like a lot of people don't know that this is part of Africa. Egypt is Africa. Mali, Africa. Nigeria. Most people, when they think of Africa, it is probably Nigeria, Ethiopia, Africa. At some point in time, we have to realize, like, and the same way I told you throughout cultures, like, it blew my mind when I found out that there were Asian Jamaicans. Why? I don't know. I should already know that. Because to me as a whole, African, Haitian, all of the cultures that have more melanated people, I instantly already equate them to, they us, but they not like us because of the fact that we all grew up how we grew up. But all of these things were intentional. So just imagine if we were able to put all of that power together. Something would have to change. Some people would actively get their ass in gear, because why is it that systematically throughout history, throughout cultures, they all try to keep the melanated people down? We ain't arguing with them, but for some reason they keep arguing with us. It's like a silent battle, but an outright battle. Even when they try to play nice, they and behind the scenes doing stuff to manipulate the system to their advantage, not for the collective. What is that about? And like I said, for some reason, if you go look at history, somewhere in the like 16, 17, 1800s, 1800s, it seemed like it got worse. But something is missing throughout history that sparks, like, what did we do to y'all? What did we do that made y'all so angry? What did we do to y'all that basically is making it so that y'all hearts can't change? And that makes me sad for them. So yesterday, it was showing something about the 1970s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, somewhere around there. And these people were racist as fuck, right? And they out there saying the nigger something 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 or another, the nigger this and the nigger that. It's a bunch of white people talking, right? The nigger this and the nigger, we need to be segregated, and the nigger da 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 da. And in 2026, there are still people who think that that is the right way to go. Like, if I call you a nigger, it's gonna hurt you to your core. So the conversation, along with the video, the people that are in there, trying to gaslight, this is when this was the good old days, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. So of course I gotta go take my young self in there, and I got to say, like, what's funny to me about even when people are the nigger this and the nigger that, why y'all can't never go mind your own business? Y'all always got yourself in nigger business. That's the thing that, to me, it always blows me, because it's like you want to degrade me, right? But you don't know how to leave me alone. And then that makes me feel sad for you, because it got to be a mental illness that y'all don't realize y'all can go over there. But for some reason, you got to be over here. And It don't bother nobody because we realize that all y'all niggas, everybody niggas, like we'll call everybody a nigga. Chinese, Haitian, fucking Spanish, European. We don't give a damn who you are and what status you hold. Nigga is a nigga is a nigga. Nigga is ignorant, right? And if you out here being ignorant, we calling you a nigga. We don't care, right? But for all intents purposes, it makes me wonder what type of mental illness. Like y'all can figure out how to make a baby do da 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 da, but you can't figure out why racism or how to stop racism. Even on a scientific front, y'all have not realized like we already know we are the image, we are the culture. Without us, y'all ain't got nothing else. Like you can't fool me no more into thinking, and I get how you did it before, but y'all can't fool us into thinking that we ain't top of the line. And I'm gonna tell you why. Being top of the line and you thinking that you are better than us, but meanwhile you have to have us take care of your kids. You have to have us cook for you. Spiritually, I would never have you cook for me. I don't give a damn where you are, how you are, what type of, I would never do it. I would never allow you to step foot across my yard, my threshold of my yard. Spiritually, I wouldn't do it. Like y'all don't realize, like even in y'all hatefulness, like y'all allow too much spiritual interference, and that's gonna be the disruption of y'all. Like I wouldn't let you feed my fucking baby. You want me to wet nurse your baby? Like you calling me everything but a entity of God, and you want me to feed your baby? Like y'all don't like y'all kids. Y'all don't like yourselves, and I can tell you all the reasons why. There's so many reasons behind that because there is no way in hell I would actively allow that to be done. So y'all don't even know how to be racist. That's the thing. Because if I was racist, you can't come near me. You can't be on my property. You can't touch my kids. You can't touch my food. Don't come over here. Like that's how racist I would be. Like, bitch, I don't want to see you. You move over there and don't come across here because the minute you touch my land, I'm gonna feel like it's a curse. That's like y'all don't even know how to be racist. It's a sad situation, and then y'all have to learn everything from the same race that y'all don't like. It's weird. And so, when I went into the comment section of everybody in just the good old days, this, that, and the third, and I told them, I said, it's sad because y'all don't even know how to mind your own business. Like y'all are so hyper focused on us that it's gotta be something that's mentally charged behind it. Ain't no way. But it's funny to me how scientists can figure out that this is a mental disability, this is a mental disability, but you can't figure out that focusing all your time and attention on another race that ain't bothering you, even when you said you want to segregate, you still can't leave us the fuck alone. That's crazy to me. And I don't understand it. And those of us, and I have not a racist bone in my body. The people that love me, I love them too. And if you want to be racist, I don't even care. Do that over there. Good for you. I'm glad that you're racist. Have that. I'm glad that you told me and you showed me who you are. I'm not even mad at you. You just showed me who to stay away from. That's it. That's all. But something in y'all is mentally disturbed to the tune of, and it's weird that y'all don't see it. Y'all, the people that could do the best thing that help y'all, and then there's another lady, because you know when they say, oh, if the kids get lost, then you go find the black women. All the black women are determined. Don't tell your kids that. Don't tell your kids that. Tell your kids to find the same color as them. Tell your kids to find that white man. Y'all don't want to do that. Why? Don't tell them to go find us. Because at the end of the day going to end and we are sick of your shit. Because sooner or later, y'all are going to have to figure out that it don't work with just y'all. It's never going to work with just y'all. And as long as we keep allowing it to happen, that's that thing where it is acceptance, blind acceptance. Cause we be so happy and so proud that they told no, and a lot of the ladies were saying if your kid showed up on my doorstep, all we're gonna do is call the police because we know you are not far removed from using your children to kill, steal, and destroy. So we don't need to open the door for your kids because you don't give a damn about ours. So at some point in time, we have to stop taking the charge and leading the way for, and that don't have nothing to do with, us being a good person or not. It's personal safety. Why should we put our personal safety at risk for y'all? Because racism is a choice, the same way slavery is a choice. Because in my mind, if all the people got together and they realized that, we are such a bigger group, Indian, y'all browner than me. A lot of y'all Indians be more melanated than me. And somehow your melanin done just, went out the door. You look in the mirror on a daily basis and you are browner than I am. And for some reason, you will not identify yourself with being, an indigenous person either. That's strange to me too, because ain't nobody gonna ever get me to look in the mirror and say, "Oh, my melanin ain't a great thing." You're never going to get me to think that God is wrong. And that's what they do. These people believe in God, but then they will say God is wrong. So you're trying to tell me that God was wrong by making me melanated. Y'all don't love God. God ain't even in y'all. That's the thing. And y'all keep trying to convince people that, oh, well, God is God is love. Y'all don't have no love in your heart. It's only kill, steal, and destroy. We already been told. Y'all are the ones that told us who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, the enemy. Y'all are the enemy. Everywhere y'all go, y'all pillage. Everywhere. That guy right there tells a story about an island that was in the middle of nowhere. They had the biggest phosphates on that island. The indigenous people lived there hundreds of thousand years before these people figured out that it was phosphates there. You know what they did when and phosphates basically help the garden and this, that, and the third, and put food on everybody's table. These people literally went there, pillaged the land so bad that the land won't grow nothing. They don't care about nothing. Britain, and it was a couple different places. I think Italy. Go look him up, because literally he's telling you the story of everything. But look, they don't care. After the soil is gone, they leave. Every place, go look up every place these people ever go to where they can get something. They leave the land barren and dead. Where the hell do y'all think we gonna live at? Like, I know y'all think that just because it happened somewhere in the middle of the island, East Pacific Island or something, that it don't bother you. It's never going to touch your area. It is. Because guess what? That same island is how your food was growing. And they left the land barren. Everything they touch, they destroy. You don't have to believe me. Go look it up. Go look up history. So what do y'all think that they going to do after they mess up this planet? She said, period. And when the thing exists, so does exactly right. That's why when I would meet my daughter's teachers and they say I've been teaching for 30, 40 years, I'm never impressed. Girl. Majestic Grace says facts 100%. They know everything else. Yeah, they know everything else, but they don't know how to stop racism. Y'all can figure out how to manipulate somebody's baby, but you don't know how to stop racism. At this point, it's a choice. Y'all old ass meemaws and papas and all these other people out here. And mind you, like I said, even if you was to separate, even if we were to separate at any given time, they're never going to mind their business. These people beg for separation and this, that, and the third, segregation. And then when the black people segregated, every society we segregated in, they bought their asses over here to destroy it. That's got to be some type of sick ass obsession at all. Like, that's got to be a mental thing. You don't want them around there, but that, yeah, like, it's almost like you need somebody to need you. Like, do you want us over there or do you don't? Because we will leave. Like, stay away from us. Like, that's all we're asking for. If you want segregation, stay away from us. Why do you feel the need to bring your ass over here? Why do you, and again, why do you feel the need to try to rule a country or, be over people that you don't like? That's not representation for us. If everything is supposed to be representation, then I need a system that represents me. And I'm not mad if you don't want to represent. You go over there. That's good. Tell us where we're supposed to be. We'll figure it out what we need to do. And after that, this is where everybody, the melanated people, have to realize we have to establish what we have to establish. And that's everything, because we already know they're going to come. For some reason in their mind, the mental instability in them, we know they're coming. Good morning, Mike. Love you. Thank you for being here. Lost Souls TV. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Lisa and Dro. Hi, welcome. And that's the thing. So I don't have I don't want to be around people. I love people. I love the people that, love me. I don't want to be around you, but I still love you. Either way, but the whole little argument over the race thing and the separation thing and everything else, why don't y'all know how to go stay to yourself? Anyway, they never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles. They don't get tell us anything anymore. And that's the part that I don't understand. Like, nobody's mad at you for being a racist. Good. Thank you for showing us who you are. We're not mad at you. Now go on and get. Why do you have to feel the need to come and do so? Like, y'all can have y'all places. Where our place at? Because you can't try to act like you own the whole entire world. Because to me, it's like, just suppose that there was a thing, right? And the races stuck with all the races, right? And this is the part that, some of the white people have to see too, the less melanated. And I said I was going to stop saying that, so I'm trying to stop saying that. The less melanated folks, right? Suppose everybody got their way and all the racist folks got to go live in Arkansas, right? Don't ask why I chose that. We just going to give them Arkansas. We're going to give them Arkansas and Texas, right? We don't want to go to Arkansas. We don't want to go to Texas, right? And so everybody that's melanated comes up out of Arkansas and Texas. Y'all gonna have to figure out where to go. And everybody that's racist goes over there. I can almost guarantee you that it probably wouldn't be enough people to fill up the spots. She said because they here. That's what I'm getting at. So let's just give them the spots, right? And all the racist people, because we got to remember there's less melanated people that don't want to be around the racists either. Like, a lot of them ain't trying to go fuck with them and, eat whatever they eat, and they want to be over here with us. Now, suppose we gave all the races their area, right? You don't have to be around nobody at all, period. You get Arkansas, you get Texas. Do y'all think y'all can fill up Arkansas and Texas? And not a melanated person be over there? And then y'all have to remember, so all the people who think that you want to be racist, and now you have to figure out how you separate into y'all the financial system. So just know that y'all trailer park racists are about to be enslaved to the ones that got money that can be put up. But mind you, this the other thing, what's gonna happen because I really would want to know. I would really want to see a thriving racist area. Because you want to know why? I want to see the dynamics of whether or not the other people, the low level, the trailer park ones, figure out that the other ones ain't no good, and now I got to get up out of here and I got to go where the melanated people are. So I'm not even mad at y'all. I want to see y'all thrive. Just don't be around nobody else. Don't have no, like, we won't even go to Texas. We'll figure out how to go the fuck around. Like, y'all gonna have to build the underground railroad over here, because we're gonna give them that area. Let's see if they can populate it like they need to. Let's see if they can, do what they need to do. Who gonna be working on y'all farms and whatnot? Are y'all still gonna be racist when it's other, like, then y'all gonna figure out how to be monetarily racist? Oh, these people they got less money. Like, I would love to see y'all work. Like, go over there and y'all just pick Arkansas, like, because that's probably where all y'all gonna be able to fit at anyway. Because I don't know, maybe it's more than what I think, but literally, actively, y'all pick y'all community, and then everybody else get going up out of there, and let's see if they do not go there at all. Period. Just gate the whole damn place up, and then I want to see if y'all can make it, because I can guarantee y'all would not make it. There's going to be another way for y'all to try to discriminate or somebody else, or y'all just going to be too hell-bent on trying to figure out what we over here doing. Yes, because we will go around, we will genius anyway, we'll create a new form of transfer. That's what I'm saying. I want to see y'all thrive. Like, y'all pick y'all state and take y'all asses over there. And then y'all pick y'all president. Y'all can take him with y'all, and we'll figure out our own shit. You see what I'm saying? Because at this point, like, throughout the world, y'all might as well, if anybody is, just know this, if anything can happen and God hears me, right? I want to be the president of the whole world. Because I can fix this shit real quick. Like, it seemed like it should be so easy. I'm looking at different places in the world, and it's the same exact thing over and over again. The people that get in power are stealing. I want to go run Cuba right now. Can somebody figure out how I can run Cuba? You want to know why? Because ain't no damn way Cuba should be in the dark. I don't like that for them. Why is it that, and if in case anybody has not seen it, at nighttime Cuba don't have no lights over there. The only places that have lights is, I don't even know if the resorts have lights, because by now, if the people ain't figured out to shut their asses down, because this is where the revolt will come in with me. Because you mean to tell me that nobody got power at all, period? You mean to tell me we ain't got no seeds to grow no food? Like, literally, let me go to Cuba. Let me go run Cuba right now, because ain't no fucking way. Y'all are literally pissing me off that this place exists and y'all can't figure out how to not be nasty greedies. Cause I promise you, by the time I'm done, Cuba ain't gonna need nothing from y'all. Ain't gonna be no seeds. We gonna figure out how to solar everything. We gonna figure out how this bitch gonna run. We ain't gonna do nothing. Cause I'm sure you got stuff do y'all got land? Like, cause I'm sure y'all got stuff that y'all can start processing seeds. Y'all don't need their seeds. I don't know how they not crashing out. That's what I'm saying. And it would be like warranted. Because literally, I had a lady one time with me, and she was in my car. I was doing Uber, and she said her family's over there. I said, y'all can't send them seeds. She said the government was going through their mail. Like, it's deliberate. Whatever they're doing in Cuba right now, it's deliberate. Rationing out fucking bread. Okay, well, we need to grow some wheat. Let's figure out how we need to grow some wheat in order for us. Like, whatever we gotta do, let's figure it out. We in the fucking year 2026, and you mean to tell me that Cuba's in the dark and everybody acting as if don't nobody know how to fucking, like, this 2026. China is living in the future. I remember you saying that about going through mail. Yeah, that's what the lady said. Mind you, I didn't even know anything about Cuba until my friend Keitsa had went on vacation, and she ended up telling me. And so many people know that this is happening in Cuba, but literally, I've seen some people at nighttime, like, I guess, going through there filming. Y'all, the fucking place is dark. Can you imagine having your kids in the dark? There's no fuel, there's no nothing. Mind you, guess what? The world knows that they can create sustainable fuel without having oil and gas and all this other extra shit. And you mean to tell me y'all then just left the whole community and people, like, y'all, this is deliberate? Because ain't no way you don't have, we got 1 billion seeds. And you mean to tell me we can't send seeds to Cuba for them to be able to grow what they need to grow and be able to eat what they need to eat to feed their people? This is deliberate shit. So just let me do it, because at this point, like, kick all the people. Can they start, like, getting rid of all the leaders? If you're a leader and your place is not thriving, I want you gone. The power of life and death, like, gone today. God, get them. Because how are you trying to say that you are a leader and you're letting your people die? That is not a leader. So God, get them. Like, for real. Like, get them up off this planet and take them with you. Like, at this point. Because again, I ain't gonna stop you from doing nothing. You want to be a racist? Okay, we're gonna assign the racists this area. What area do you want to be? And don't let me find out you out here that went nowhere and murdered nobody or killed nobody, because guess what you're gonna get? Old Testament. Keep your ass in your area, cause ain't nobody telling you that you can't be. I can almost bet that a lot of these people will change when you give them more of what they want. You don't get to be around nobody but your own racist ass kind, and then it's probably gonna be some other people in there. They gonna figure out how to this. You gotta be Snow White. You gotta be this white. It ain't gonna be this white. Cause this person don't look as white as this person. They gonna figure out a way. I'm telling you. And then these people that's this white is gonna say we don't want to live around them no more because they're racist. Bitch, this is what you wanted. Live there. They gonna figure out this white is this white, and then this white. Like, bitch, let me do it. Cause I'm trying to tell you, we gonna figure this out. I need everything customized. Like, what you want to do? Okay, well, you go live over there with them people. Oh, you want to be out here doing da 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 da? Like, literally, and all lock all them up because God get them. What is wrong with them? Like, we can figure this easy. We can do what do they say? Separate the wheat from the tare. We can figure this shit out quick. Mind you, find the most lowliest person in Cuba and get them to run it. I can guarantee you they'll figure the shit the fuck out. How can we create electricity without using gas or oil? Somebody already know. The technology already exists. You don't need to have Cuba in the dark. Where is the land? What land do we got? What do we need to use? What needs to just tell me. And we'll figure it the fuck out. But leaving a whole group of people to their own devices, like, and not caring, that is not what the world should be doing. We should not be doing that. Your sensitivity is not weakness. Your intuition has been protecting you all along. And like I said, if y'all don't want to do it, I'll do it. I'll volunteer. Tell me how we gonna get it done. And don't be out here trying to restrict nobody, because seeds is for everybody. Ain't no way you got hotels down there that's feeding people on a daily basis, probably wasting food and everything else, throwing out good tomatoes, good like shit with seeds. Ain't no way you gonna tell me you got tourists coming into fucking Cuba and they allowed to eat and y'all starving out the fucking people that's there and it's not intentional. That shit has to be intentional. Stop dimming your light to stay connected to people committed to darkness. And that's all of them. Like, literally, we have to realize our societies, whether or not it be here to Timbuktu, all have people who are trying to be controlled, be in control, control this, control this, control this. You want to be a murderer and a killer? This is Murder and Killer Island. Have at it. Because especially when you out here just doing shit to people you ain't got no damn business, this is where all y'all live. We gonna give y'all that island over there where I told y'all them people live at. Y'all clean this shit the fuck up and figure out how y'all gonna live. And if y'all end up, deceased, then that's what y'all wanted anyway. I thought that's what you wanted. Like, learn to treat people how they want to be treated. If you don't want to be a good person to live amongst good people, then here you can live amongst these people. And I ain't even trying to tell you what to do. You tell me what you want to do, how you want to do it. Okay, this the island for you. This the place where you can go. Sooner or later, guess what they're gonna figure out? They don't want to be over there. I mean, this shit seemed like it's so easy because if you look at human behavior, like a man one time, I forgot where it was. I was watching something, and I'm sure y'all can look it up because it's throughout history. There's an island. Let me see if I can find it, or a place. The rules, and they still exist. Who is the man? That put in place that if you build a house like, y'all, it's stuff throughout history that has worked that people don't realize. It's called the Code of Hammurabi. Hammurabi, created by Hammurabi, the king of Babylon, around 1750 BCE. One of the laws said, let me see when 1500 BCE was. How long ago was that? How long ago was 1750 BCE? Because I have to ask that question because I just told y'all humans have been on Earth millions of years, depending upon what species, right? But just humans in existence, right? So 1750 BCE is only 3,760 years ago. Not that long ago, okay? So, based off of human evolution and things. So, one of the laws said if a builder builds a house poorly and the house collapses and kills the owner's son, then the builder's son should be put to death. Guess what happened? Houses would be built so much better. You wouldn't be out here with people trying to rush shit together. Yeah, exactly. It's so easy to figure it out. You start making rules to where people gotta do good things, and then all of a sudden, guess how heavy of the structures would be. Let's see, what is all the codes? Let's see. Cause y'all, shit done been put into place. Mind you, wars have been stopped. When I told y'all about the indigenous people here that had their constitution, you know what they did? They put a stop to war. And they had years of peace before these folios came along and started touching stuff. There was no arguments, there was no fights, there was no nothing. They had put it aside. They made their own treaties with each other to put it aside. No weapons, no nothing. Y'all, the earth can be a better place. It's so simple. It's just that they don't want to. Hey Marcella, love you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Code of Harami, all the laws. Because it may seem like it don't make sense, but guess what? Don't you think that people would they would do better if it was a consequence to, you doing shoddy work around here? It would. She said, yup, you already know, and period. So the Code of Hammurabi contains 282 laws. And mind you, like I said, all of this stuff, y'all, it's already in history. It's already written. Y'all could, cause I found it, so I'm sure you could find it. Okay, so guess what? Courts and false accusations. So people had to provide evidence for accusations. False accusations could face severe punishment. Judges who change rulings unfairly could be fined and removed. Wouldn't that help us right now? A nigga 3,772 years ago already figured this out. And mind you, we got the barbaric shit they got right now. The court system is just out here just unfairly doing everything and lying. It's right there. 3,775 years ago, a nigga already had it in place. Theft and property. Stealing from temples or palaces could mean death. Receiving stolen goods was also punished. We still got that law. Farmers and shepherds were responsible for property entrusted to them. Agriculture and irrigation. If someone neglected a dam and flooding ruined neighbors' crops, they had to repay the losses. Y'all, the government would already have to be paid. Remember, they flooded the place in New York. They flooded Lanier. Every area that the black people was trying to work on. Like right now, the government would have already been fined or already been held accountable. You see what I'm saying? 3,772 years ago, this already existed. So they knew how to do better. They choose not to. Contracts were often required before witnesses, period, to make sure you ain't out here fucking lying. Debt slavery had time limits in some cases. That comes from Jubilees, the Bible. Mind you, out here in this society, they want you to just be a slave for forever. They lock your ass up in prison. Mind you, you're only supposed to be locked up for 7 years. You're supposed to be set free after the 7th. They'll set laws going past that, and they expect for you not to know. This is why this system is corrupt as fuck. Family and marriage, and that's in the Bible, in the Book of Jubilees. The lesser Genesis, which is in a testament that they took out and the Catholic Church and the Christian people took out, but it's still listed in the Ethiopian Bible. The Bible that was actively one that was written at a time, and then they decided to come along and take some stuff out. Already existed, but they said y'all don't need to know none of these things. Y'all gonna be under the laws that we tell you to be under because it gotta benefit them, not everybody, not a collective. So marriage contracts were legally binding, period, because that's all I'm gonna have, not through the courts and this, that, and the third, bitch. Adultery could be punishable by death, because you shouldn't be out here playing with nobody's. That right there stop bitches from getting married real quick, wouldn't it? It'll stop people from trying to play in people's faces. It'll stop people from trying to be beneficial or not beneficial into. Like, if we stand in front of God and get married, you're gonna need to honor that. But people don't honor that. People go in it with all types of stuff. If they know they was about to get their head cut the fuck off, guess what they would be doing? Not doing that. Adultery or who? You want me to be out here sleeping around with what, who, and what? Keep your ass loyal, then want it. Bring it back. Divorce rules different depending upon fault. Now, if we just can't live together and that's the case, then see what I'm saying? It seemed like it made sense. If y'all wasn't out here committing the adultery, then y'all wouldn't be out here all diseased and whatnot. Do y'all know that I seen something, and I don't know if this is true? Y'all have to look it up for yourself, but I did see this the other day. That they said that virus, that one that came off that shit, they found out, and how would they find this out? This is the other thing, because this is what make me wonder. They said that virus, if it's been proven to be in a male's sperm for 6 years, and then it turns into a STI. So if a nigga gets infected with the virus that came off that ship the other day, that's been around for forever and a day, then bitches, y'all gonna need to stay away from these niggas because of the fact they gonna, transfer it. But it was funny because even during COVID, my brother kept saying that COVID was an STD, and he wasn't lying. Because come to find out, Casey, what the hantavirus? Yeah, I keep seeing things saying, look, let's look it up. I wasn't gonna look it up because I didn't care, because I ain't out here popping it, for no real niggas or no fake niggas. But either way, let me look it up for y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, this should be all over the place. Like, let's see. I am cracking up. I didn't need to know, so I didn't care. I just happened to see it, and then all right, they said no. It says, but let me show y'all where I seen this at. I told you I wasn't gonna look it up because I didn't care. Damn, they said y'all got sperm cramps. Ew. All right, I don't think I can show y'all this because they got people's meat on here. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Update. I thought we were out of the woods with this one. I thought we were moving on, but apparently not. New study released. If you're standing up, please take a seat. This is something that I really need you guys to be aware of, as if it couldn't get any dumber. Oh, my brother was definitely right about COVID. He was definitely right about, but they're saying they wrong about this.
According
but
to new
I wouldn't
peer-reviewed
trust
studies, I mean, they've had a lot of time to study this. Let's start there. Hantavirus may remain in semen for up to 6 years and could still be sexually transmitted long after recovery.
Don't nobody got time for that.
I just found out that the hantavirus stays in male sperm for 6 years and turns into an STI. So the hantavirus can live in semen up to 6 years. Well, this is interesting. This is the new news.
I haven't validated this yet. I just took a screenshot and brought it over from the Telegraph. But how the turntables turn.
But it's a no. That's not that claim is not true. Hantavirus does not live in or stay in a man's sperm for 6 years. Hantavirus is a real. This is what they saying. Hold on, that was chat. Let me go over here to Google and see what Google said, because you know. But everybody, the online, and mind you, I believe them. I ain't gonna lie to you, because guess what? If it's in your body, then that means it's in your sexual activities and origins. So I'm gonna just say I don't want it. Okay? Because these niggas will say it's not, and then it be. Okay? I don't trust nothing that these people be saying. Because yo. Then everybody be out here having the Hanta. What she got? The Hanta? Fuck out of here. See, chat lied like a motherfucker. Y'all chat lie. Google said. Hold on. God bless me. Google said something different, y'all. Google said these niggas is lying. I need some tissue. Oh, I done brought the tissue with me. See what I'm saying? They done got me, y'all. It say, thank you. I need to take some allergy medicine because our allergies have been horrible lately. It say, yes, a peer-reviewed study published in the journal Viruses found that the genetic material in the hantavirus can remain in a man's semen for up to 6 years. 71 months after the initial. Why chat lie? Let me send it. I'm gonna put this over in chat because chat just did a whole, y'all. This is why y'all can't trust chat. I'm telling y'all. They got fucking 5 studies over this bitch. And chat said no. Let me see what they say. Because every time they do something, they say something. What I do is I take it from one and I put it in the other one, and then I'll be trying to tell them that they done lied. Let's see what the hell they say. This is why I'm telling y'all cannot trust chat for shit. Does it cause sterilization or birth defect? Hold on, I don't know. This is why y'all can't trust chat. So I literally took what Google said and I put it over to chat. Chat said, you're right. You're right to question it carefully because this is a very specific and often misunderstood finding. There has been a case report level study suggesting Hunter genetic material can detect long after infection, but the key detail is what that actually means. Y'all better fact check chat because chat is a lying mother sucker. The report you're referring to is published in a journal like Viruses. Look at a single recovered patient is what it's trying to determine that it was just one person that they said it, but it don't matter. Fucking one person did it, then bitch, say that. It says viral RNA genetic fragments in semen up to about 71 months, 6 years after infection from the Andes virus or hantavirus strain. It don't say whether or not it causes any type of birth defects, but guess what? I wouldn't want no fucking baby, my baby being born with no fucking hanta semen. Just stop having kids, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, these people, until they get this shit together, fuck this. Y'all, this is crazy. Uncle Jukebox said I'm going. Period. This shit is crazy. If a man destroys another man's eye, his eye could be destroyed. If he broke another man's bone, his bone could be broken. Penalties differ based on social classes. Labor and wages, set wages for workers, doctors, and ox drivers. Okay, medical fees vary depending upon the patient's status. Harbin escaped slaves was punished. Laws regulated ownership and treatment of enslaved people. If a man put out an eye of another man, his eye should be put out. If a man knocked out the teeth of his equal, his teeth should be knocked out. If a builder built a house and it collapsed on the owner shall be put to death. Sound like you wouldn't be out here doing shoddy work. Because if you could die based off of you building something and now another nigga did, guess what? You wouldn't be out here doing shoddy work. These deal with flooding caused by negligence and repayment of damaged crops. One of the earliest known written legal systems, centralized government authority, class-based justice, ancient Babylon. They saying this place is fucking Babylon. So, I don't know. But either way, I don't want to get into it because I ain't looked it up enough. But at this point, y'all, the code of Hammurabi exists, okay? So just so y'all know. I'm gonna take and put this here, delete, but I'm gonna leave it because we might talk about it again later. Because as y'all know, we be finding shit. So in case y'all didn't know, Hammurabi, I think I said his name right, but either way, let's go back to where we belong. If you haven't heard about him, go look it up because definitely is in the system. Anyway, let's go back to where we was at. You're allowed to rest without feeling guilty for not constantly producing, and a lot of y'all definitely need to know that because people will say, oh, you're lazy, this, that, and the third. It's a lot of energy going on around here and it's stressful. That make people tired, period. The collective is learning that peace is more powerful than performance. Say that. Your higher self needs you to stop speaking about yourself like you're already defeated, because you're not. They never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles, okay? Some of the delays in your life were protection, not rejection. What is aligned with you will not confuse, drain, or destroy you. You're entering a season where clarity replaces confusion and alignment replaces survival. Casey said, I'm stressed. Good to hear this. Thank you. You're welcome. Don't say that to yourself. I mean, you can feel what you feel, but be mindful the power of life and death is in the tongue. So if you keep speaking that over yourself, you're going to continue to be that. So this is why we do this right here. The universe cannot deliver new blessings into hands still gripping expired pain. So release it. It's not for them, it's for you. Collective reminder, your story is not over just because the chapter became painful. Yes, we have to be mindful. We have to give ourselves grace, okay? So some of y'all don't need another motivational quote. You need one person to finally look at you in the eye and admit how hard you've been carried, how hard you've had to carry everything alone, which Casey, it's funny that you said that because then I also had a little message for you. You became the strong one so nobody would see you breaking. You kept showing up while exhausted. You kept loving people who only loved you, loved what you did for them. And somehow you still survived. The version of you deserves more credit than you give yourself. Period. All right. You're not behind in life. You're not too late. And you do not have to become someone else to deserve peace, love, success, or purpose. A lot of people walk around believing they missed their moment, ruined their future, or just aren't enough yet. But growth is not a straight line. Some seasons are for building, some are for healing, some are for surviving. Some are for surviving quietly. I don't know why I have a stutter today. I don't stutter, y'all. But sometimes I be stuttering when I be stuttering. But I don't stutter, just so y'all know. Some are for healing, some are for surviving quietly, while nobody sees that work happening inside of you. The truth most people need to hear is this: your value is not measured by how fast you succeed, how much money you have, how much people approve of you, or how perfect your past looks. Your value already exists. You can begin again at any age. What's the number one rule of Earth School, everybody? Type it in the chat if you know. Number one rule of Earth School. You can begin again at any age. You can learn after failure. You can heal after betrayal. You can create something meaningful even if nobody believed in you before. Don't die. The number one rule of Earth School is do not die. So if you're here and you're new to Earth School, period, do not die. You can begin again at any age. Play as fuck up. And we are here to make mistakes. Mistakes are our lessons. So start again. That business that if God is telling you and you know you feel it in your spirit and it didn't work the first time and you want to try it again, do it again. Do it differently. You learned that it didn't work this way, do it again, another way. You can learn after failure. Mistakes are just that, a mistake. Okay, we learned from that. Now let's try it again in a whole nother way. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something again. As long as you don't die, do it again. Right, we don't die. Me, immortal life, force being of divinity, and period. So don't die. You can heal after betrayal. Like that person walking out is just a test. Know and learn that there's something else better. Because if it was meant to stay, it would. God got something else different. I don't even want to say better. Something else different that you may find out that turns out to be better because that's what it was meant to be. You may think that this was the one, but mind you, God had the one. God gonna show you the one. You can create something meaningful even if nobody believed in you before. Every person you admire was once uncertain. Do y'all know that everybody is winging it? Everybody on earth, including the people that think that they that look like they got it together, everybody is winging it. Nobody knows. They figuring it out as we go along. Scientists, because guess what? They'll say, "Oh, science is right," and then it changes. It was right till it wasn't. Everybody around here is just winging it. And this time it's going to be much better. And period. I had to restart my life completely over at 45. You see what I'm saying? And I'm 50 right now, still in the transition. Don't know what's about to happen. Either way, I'm going to make it do what it do. Whatever happens, I'm going to figure it out. So, and sometimes the most powerful thing a person can do is wake up one more day and decide, I'm not done yet. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till the fat lady singing. She ain't singing yet. And just because you think somebody may be fat, is somebody fatter and they ain't sang yet. It ain't over until it's over. All right. That message. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Okay. I was gonna say I went to the wrong place. So again, they never expected you to rise after everything you survived. The hardest battle. You survived the hardest battles. I don't know what the hell I'm over here doing, but mind you, we're gonna figure it out because for something is happening. Let's see. Let's slow it down. They never expected you to rise after everything. Some people counted you out. And y'all know that for a lot of people, definitely counted you out. A lot of people be happy when stuff is, happening to you, not realize it's happening for you. Y'all ever seen some people and y'all be wondering why it be your own people that be, excited about your downfall? And that's not even your downfall. That's just the lesson that, like, if anything happens, you'll notice it'll be people, smiling in the distance. Oh, well, they finally got the da da da, not realizing it's not happening to you. It's happening for you because it's about to change something. You may not have known it was time to release whatever this was, and it may look you like that marriage, that relationship, that job, that house, that whatever it was fell apart, right? And then there's people on the sidelines. I'm glad such and such. They'll be talking, saying da 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 da. Oh, this person thought they had it all together. This, that, and the third. Da 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 da. And then fuck around and whatever happened, catapult you into something bigger and better. Me in transition, unknown territory, and period. She said, "Yup, Casey, you got a tribe in this transition. We don't have each other. We didn't have each other before. Period." I know that's right, Majestic Grace. Work forced me out. Work forced a lot of people out. But guess what? We're gonna figure it out. Is it possible for Connect? I'm getting a career in software engineer. Yes, my email and everything is there. Definitely. Some people counted you out. Some situations were designed to break your confidence. Remember I told y'all about that situation when I got cheated on, and me thinking like, why would a person cheat on me? My email and everything is in the link in the bio. So everything is up there. My email, everything is there. Phone number, all the stuff. Break your confidence, silence your voice, or make you give up. And how many of us have felt like at one point in time giving up? Like, because we all done been there probably also. But don't. Even when you feel like it, don't. I told y'all on this channel, I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I keep saying that, right? Since I sat down here, I said I was going to be your biggest cheerleader. Even in the midst of my own storm, I said I was going to be your biggest cheerleader. Because I can't let y'all fall. I can't let you just go in the corner and, end it all, because it's not meant for that to happen. It's meant for us to continue on pushing so that way we can give all the glory. It may get hard. And I told y'all multiple times, I felt like I was getting my ass kicked. I cried in front of y'all. I was devastated about certain different things. Mind you, it's a lot still happening. But guess what? I still show my ass up here every day. Even times, and just so y'all know, they don't pay me enough money to really want to come here. You see what I'm saying? But I still come every day because guess what? I got to be consistent. And I also do it to motivate myself. Because some days, I ain't going to lie to you, I want to just lay in the bed with the covers over top of my head. Some days I have to talk myself out of it. Be fucking, gotta be here 8:15 every morning. It could be 7:45. And I literally have to now talk myself into get your ass up, because this is something, in order for you to show commitment and you want God to be committed to you and give you something, you gotta be committed as well. Yep, I felt that too. And I cried. Man, like the shower done had more of my tears than anything on earth, because for some reason it just seemed like that's the place where it's the release. I think it's the warm water, everything else. But sometimes, like, because I don't know what's about to happen next. I know what I want to happen next, and I'm saying that, but sometimes I don't, God knows what's best for us, right? And this place, this situation, this moment in time, maybe, oh, you're supposed to go here, there, or somewhere else. And I just keep thinking, like, God, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't see what's going to happen, but I trust you in the process. I know where I want to be, but the way things are going and they just pushing everybody out, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But mind you, just so y'all know, things could change at the drop of a dime. So I may not have what I need right now, but that don't mean I won't have it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Something can happen, something can change. All of a sudden I get everything that I need, and then I'm good. And if that don't happen, then whatever happens and whatever the next, journey is, then you just do that. But at the end of the day, it's like, I committed to this. So it don't matter where you are or how you feeling or what you're doing, just continue to keep doing it. Because I don't know what's going to happen next. All I know is I got to do this part. I committed to this, so I got to do this. Because guess what? It's not always easy to be strong, but I know also God made me stronger than a lot of people. I can take it. So I also said that one time, like, God, give it to me. I'll do it because I know I can take it. This person, it may not, that fall on their shoulders, and that person decides to end it all. I don't want y'all to end it all. I want to be able to, at some point in time, us get together and meet each other and be like, y'all, this started off as a YouTube, such and such, but now we actively are all together having this conversation in person. You didn't take yourself out. You didn't end it all. Mind you, that don't even constitute you being weak. Like we have to start it at the bottom. Now we here, get it out the mud. But just think about a person who has it all, because there's people who have it all, and when they lose it all, guess what they do? They start jumping off bridges and buildings and things of that nature. They don't even know how to start from this point or get to this point. Like they would never be able to make it from this point. So God started us here because God knew that we could make it. God knew that we would be resilient. God knew that basically we can get some other people up out of this starting point. And by the time we do get everything that we need, we're going to be able to stand tall because we know how to do more with less. We know how to start from the bottom. That's why starting over ain't a care or concern to us, because you got to remember a lot of this shit, some of this shit, it just be embarrassing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you lose this or you lose that, and it's people watching. When you get to the determination and not giving a fuck of what a person thinks or sees, yeah, I had it, I lost it, now I gotta return it, now I gotta do it, and every time I come back bigger and better. But a lot of times it be, and I don't want to say pride, I guess it could be that, but people watching and people looking and people like, this person had this and then they lost that. But mind you, you could also be the story of a person that don't quit, a person that don't stop, a person that's very resilient, a person that is will strive and still succeeds. But meanwhile, most people be like, oh, this is embarrassing that this happened. Yeah, it was fucking embarrassing that I had to go through a divorce. It was fucking embarrassing that this happened. It was fucking embarrassing that happened. But guess what? I took that shit on the chin and I still told people about it, because somebody else could potentially be going through the same exact thing and you could be saving somebody's life via your story and not know it. Because sometimes, like, when you love a person, because love is one of the biggest things. Like, love will get you up out of here for real, for real. When you get heartbroken or devastated or, some disappointed, and like, oh, this was what I wanted. This is like, you tie yourself, your identity is connected to this person has been my lover, friend, this, that, and the third for forever and a day. And now you don't have that. And now you have to figure out how to live without people, how you have to live with yourself, how you have to start all over again and figure out who you are as a person. That shit is traumatic. But guess what? We did it. We doing it. So even when you may have whether you doubted whether or not you could recover from what happened, you made it. You became stronger. You see life differently. You reclaiming your identity. Mind you, all this stuff is right here. So just so y'all know, literally, y'all already are speaking or getting into. I told you, when it's alignment and the connection, y'all be saying this shit before we even get there, because y'all already know where we going. It's all right here. But y'all already started with the conversation and rebuilding yourself after difficult seasons. Mike said it already up there. He said he restarted his life after 45. People think you can't do that because they will try to tell you that you older, it's this, that, and the third, da 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 da. And quite frankly, for me, I'm 50 years old, but guess what? I literally just started living, is the way I feel. I just got here. I see the earth and the world in so many different, like, new, wonderful ways, even to the point of they trying to traumatize me. But I'm saying, nigga, I just got here. I just got here. I'm not going to let you try to discourage me, bring me down. Meanwhile, I got waterfalls I want to see. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to, I don't know if I'm supposed to have a Tongan man. I think that's how you say it. One of them big Hawaiian burly niggas. I want one. Big African nigga. I want one. You see what I'm saying? I may only get one other nigga, but guess what? If God is going to bless me and I'm to learn some lessons, I want a few of them. Period. Let me have them, God. Let them teach me some stuff and not be upset by it. Love and let go. Like, I love it here today. And then tomorrow, when he say another Quaalude, she love me again. Yes, nigga. And then him and her and them. Period. Man, y'all, I made it through the season of La Brea, period. La Brea was good, wasn't it? You see what I'm saying? These niggas out here trying to take us back to 10,000 BC. Trying to tell you. You survived the hardest battles. Mental exhaustion, heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, survival mode. It is good. Losing parts of yourself while trying to survive. Mike, you watched it too? I told y'all was gonna like it. And now I gotta get through the Dark Crystal because y'all, it's just so much symbolism on there. It's crazy because I'm like, why didn't I watch it before? But when you see it is when you're meant to hear it. And so now I'm in the midst of watching it, and I'm telling you, it means so much more now because again, watching it through your spiritual eyes. Whatever, all the things that you had to go through in order to get here for you to be able to see it. But mind you, you see how in 10,000 BC, it's stuff that's being left when they open up them potholes and things of that nature. It's stuff that's being put in this. It's 1010. It's stuff that's being put in those systems that should not be there. But mind you, same scenario as here. But remember what happens here. Here, they find it and they try to shelve it. They block it because they'll say, "Oh, this doesn't belong in this time." Because, and that's why I said it's a great depiction of what could potentially be happening, even in the midst of. But the fact of the matter is I don't want nobody deciding. I don't want nobody deciding what I'm ready for mentally. And because I don't trust them. I don't trust this government. I don't trust these people. I don't trust their governments over there because people don't realize, excuse me, how much this government, our government, plays into those other governments. Everybody is, all the world is a stage. When they tell you that, that shit is true. It is the manipulation of this society, that society, and everything else that's happening. And that's why I'm saying, God get them. Mind you, why did I run across something? And for some reason, I had to have been asleep listening to this. So it's probably something that either I listened to and I didn't realize it, but literally either a prophecy, something that they're trying to hide, but sooner or later the leaders are going to start coming up missing. And so, especially the not good ones. You know who's going to be doing that? They're going to try to say the extraterrestrials, but I feel like it's God get them. When you said world court, that's when I knew that all this mess is together. Yes. And so there's something that's happening, a prophecy that's on the table, that sooner or later, when y'all start seeing world leaders coming up missing, mind you, I said, and see, China messed up because for real, what did I tell you about my timeline? Mind you, speaking into existence, I come from a timeline where China kept them people, right? Suppose China did keep them. Because y'all will think about clones and this, that, and the third, because what actually was said was that everything that went to China, nothing of ours could go to China and nothing from China could leave there. So what you see ain't always what you get. China is full of tech. So suppose, for all intents purposes, and I don't just be saying shit to just be saying shit, just so people know. Told y'all I don't like lying. I mean, but I can just like everybody else. I'm a storyteller. But for all intents purposes, they was never supposed to come back from China. So why are they back from China? Mind you, everybody is noticing and everybody said they looked very much like they were afraid. A certain particular person looked like they was afraid. What you need to be afraid for if you are, you got big balls of steel, you out here putting your feet on the little guys and whatnot. So, and it's easy to go somewhere and come back a different person. I done came back a different person multiple times. See what I'm saying? And mind you, technology to reprogram and program exists. Do with that information what you will. But technically, China should have kept their asses all of them, and didn't let them get back on the plane. Because matter of fact, ain't there a reward out for that nigga already? So China could have been $40 million richer. Suck you mother, because he ain't doing nothing good no way. I mean, he giving the information, but at the end of the day, like, and take the other people with him, like that whole entire cabinet, like pick the whole entire house up and beam it up, Scotty. You can take all of it, because at this point, if he can be president, so can I. If he can be president, so can your 12-year-old daughter. But you know, they probably would know better themselves. And if any of them can sit and be a judge, so can you. You would be morally, you know, correct to do it, because they're morally corrupt. I would rather have an honest person. You don't have to be scholared and schooled and everything else. I would take an honest, everyday Joe Schmo to be a judge over any of them bitches sitting in those seats. He didn't come back talking crazy either, period. You see what I'm saying? So either way, long story short, do with the information what you will. But just because somebody go to school, you know, Harvard, Yale, Choate, wherever the hell they go to, don't make them a good person, because ain't none of these niggas doing nothing good that's gonna save humanity. They not out here doing, you know, fixing homelessness. They still trying to set back the government into slavery. They not doing nothing good. So for me, I would pick a everyday Joe Smo, a honorable, loyal person that could actively, you know, have common sense. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I would rather take them over anybody that's sitting in them seats. Every single one of them judges is corrupt. Every single one of them judges need to go to jail. So I would rather it be a everyday person. And like I said, at this point, if they run in Cuba the way they run in Cuba, I can almost guarantee you that a regular everyday citizen that lives in Cuba would run Cuba better than anybody else, because they know what needs to be done. I don't even live in Cuba, but shit, I know what need to be done at this point. If people ain't got food, let's figure out how to grow food. If people ain't got lights, let's figure out how to get fucking lights. Like it's not hard to be a good person. But with the way they're running it and with the way they're doing it, that they need to be in control, tracking this, that, and third. Like they so concerned with trying to rule everybody's life that they not helping life exist. They worried about money. They not worried about human, you know, human beings. They're worried about monetary systems. They don't care about the people. So you survive the hardest battles: mental exhaustion, heartbreak, disappointment, survival mode, losing parts of yourself, trying to survive. That's the other thing. Like when you growing in a system, because y'all, ignorance is bliss. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's been a lot of days also where I wish I didn't have to know certain things, but also I would rather just know. I would rather know the truth, but sometimes the truth is fucking exhausting. Power and money grab. Exactly. But mind you, we see how this works out all throughout history. Again, they take the land and they pillage it. They didn't go back to that island that they destroyed, that they called Pleasanton. Pleasantville is what they called it before, because it was very Pleasant Island is what they called it. And now it's not Pleasant Island anymore. Let's see. Excuse me. Nauru, that's the place, and he has a thing on that. Nauru is a small village in the Pacific Ocean in the region of Micronesia, northeast of Australia. It's one of the smallest countries in the world, both in land size and population. Matter of fact, I learned a couple things from him, because there was another island that's over there too, and the government did some sneaky shit, because what they did was they got some volunteers to go over there and live, because the rules was that the government couldn't claim it. What had to happen was that they had to get the natives to claim it. And so they got the natives starting over at 50 is a roller coaster ride indeed, but you find each day is a fresh new start. Amen. You ain't never lied. So they got the natives to go over there and live there for a year. They picked 4 men to live there. And so what ended up happening was then some type of war broke out. And somebody dropped bombs. He has one of them stories too. Somebody dropped bombs, 2 of the men got killed, and then the other 2 had to stay there for an extended period of time with no food and some other shit. And then they came and took that island too. So something is up with these little islands and things of that nature, because I don't know why it is or what it is about the land rights, but again, government couldn't claim it. Somebody from a native person had to claim it. So, but anyway, this one right here, because this is something else that he had on there. In 1798, a British sea captain named John Fern became one of the first Europeans to sight the island. He named it Pleasant Island because the island looked lush and peaceful from the sea. He encountered friendly local people. It gave a strong first impression of a tropical paradise. What happened to the name? Because let me tell you what happened. After that, he went back and told his people, and then they came and they robbed and pillaged and stole, and now it's barren. Okay, so later in the 20th century, the island was renamed Nauru, which comes from the native Nauru language. It may be related to the word Anaro, meaning I go to the beach. Nauru later became known for phosphate mining, which dramatically changed its environment and economy. Mind you, if you go look it up now, won't shit grow there. They left it barren. Indigenous people own the land. We are indigenous to America, not the people from Europe. Exactly. But again, and that goes back into ancient systems, but literally it's like they done corrupted the history so much that now nobody knows what's what. And that's fucking sad. Because, here we are in 2026 and they still trying to do weird shit. Y'all. Anyway, so we gonna go back. The ending shifts, the ending of, like the book, but the ending is also the beginning. It's like a tower, right? They dropped dirty bombs and took what they want and then destroyed it. What? No, the land they just pillaged all the phosphates from it. Mind you, that's what everybody else, like us over here, they shipped all of this stuff because it helps with gardening. So one of the things he said was that it fed all of the world. So they fed all of the world, and now they can't feed themselves because guess what? Now in that culture, they have to get everything imported because they can't grow nothing. So now they're eating canned this and that and the third because those people came over there and pillaged and robbed and stole the land. Like something has to, because something in my mind is saying like, how are they the same people? They can't. Something is wrong with them. It's not the same group of people, because there's no way that you can't see that every time you and your kind show up, you damage the earth. Like it's fine up until you find it. It's fine up until they find it, and then all of a sudden it's kill, steal, destroy. And then people be out here worshiping these people talking about they elite this and the third. That's not what elite does. That's what bums do. That's what scavengers do. That's what the worst of the worst do, because you want to leave it better than you found it. Those islands have history. They carry essence until the wrong people step in. There is a reason we are placed in specific regions. And period. That is a fact. Mind you, I told you, even in biblical history, I tell you, certain people, the land, them cursed people, them Canaanites, the land will not yield for them. So you know what they have to do? Get slaves. If they want to be in agriculture or anything else, they have to get somebody that the land will yield for. If they can't do it, they will never be able. The reason why they'll act like that, oh, we own everything. The reason why they own everything and they create the monetary system is because they can't get it out the mud. The mud will not give them anything. It's already a curse put upon them. They cannot yield nothing. This is the reason why they created, like, look up the Canaanites. This is the reason why they created the monetary system. They can't get nothing. So they had to create a way for them to get their, whatever it was they needed. If you can't grow shit, how the hell you gonna eat? How the hell you gonna survive? Trying to trick the earth like God can't see. And period. But what they do is they don't care about it. Like people that live on the land, we care about it. So we know we have to nurture. We know we have to, whatever we take from it, we have to also put back into it. We know that. Mind you, just so y'all know, even in the book of Genesis, like everybody always pays attention to the serpent's curse, Eve's curse, but they never look into man's curse. Y'all do know that man got cursed the same day as everybody else, right? In the book of Genesis. And so nobody knows or nobody pays attention. The male, Adam, God tells Adam the ground is cursed because of him. Work will become hard, painful labor by the sweat of your face. The earth will produce thorns and thistles. He will struggle to get food from the ground all his life, and ultimately, for dust you are, and dust you will return. Why nobody, and men be like, oh, we gotta work hard. That was your curse. The same way we had to bear babies in this, and the third, your curse was given at the same damn time. So if you don't realize it, that's the reason why you gotta work the way you gotta work. That's the day it was the sweat of your brow. Yes, but nobody ever pays attention to that. They always talking about Eve's curse, and they always talking about the serpent being cursed. But they forgot that you got to work. So, and that's all man. That wasn't just a black man. That's man, to be first man. So if it's a lie, guess who told it? So it didn't say a black man. It say man. That's all y'all. Less melanated and melanated. It didn't say that the less melanated is supposed to have a cushy ass job and tell everybody what to do. That's not what it said. It say man, period. Nigga, you, and you. All y'all. Less melanated and melanated. Every male species, if you as a male, period, that was all to you. It says the curse isn't just punishment, it represents life becoming difficult and labor intensive, survival requiring struggle, and human mortality, death entering human experience. This is how the life force became lower. But guess what else there is? A prophecy about life extending and becoming longer. That's also there too. Because everything reverses and changes. It's in a prophecy. So even though they done been out here lying to people and trying to, manipulate, the shit is still there. The ending shifts everything into perspective. The heartbreak changed you, but it also revealed resilience, your intuition, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of yourself. So for most part, everybody don't realize they just look at the change. Oh, well, it changed me. Most people will say, I'm never letting somebody do this anymore. I'm never going to love again. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that? You just learned all the skills that you needed to love even better, love even more. Why would you let anybody on earth make you not reap the benefits of everything that you went through? because that's what little hating ass energy. I don't want them to be with anybody else. I don't want nobody else to, them to see them, because for some reason in people, it's this thing that happens. If you end up happy or doing better with somebody, they take it as a slight to them. Ain't got nothing to do with them. They got to work on their own journey. They need to go find whoever their Boaz or whoever else it is that they need, or their Ruth. Okay. But the fact of the matter that you went through that was the point where everything changed for you to do better, for you to become better. That was the reason why you went through it. Not for you to now take all those lessons and say, I ain't never gonna let nobody love me ever again, or I'm never gonna love nobody. Well, how do you know if you actually grew? How do you know? Why would you miss out on the next experience? Like, I'm not gonna let nobody let me miss out on no experience. You did what you did. Good. Now let me go on this way. The heartbreak that changed you shows you how you trust people. You see how relationships work. You also see your emotional boundaries. It gives you a sense of your identity and your safety. It makes you create more boundaries, better boundaries. Not allowing everybody access to you, because sometimes we don't even realize. Again, you got to remember, we go from children into adult relationships. Nobody explains to us, and sometimes we don't even see good relationships. How the hell are we gonna know what a good relationship is when we don't see no good relationship? The people don't be together. People be overly giving, overly doing this. Like, they don't really teach us or tell us that. They'll give us sex education, but they're not giving us education on relationship education. Like, why you giving us sexual education, but you're not giving us the ins and outs of spiritual connections with people? You're not giving us the ins and outs of how this works at all. You just want us to go from children to having children. Like, that's a problem all in its own. And this is the reason why, when I said it takes a village to raise a child, and one of the girls was they got new scientific studies saying that a person up until you're 34, like, technically you don't really learn until you're 34, because technically that makes sense. You go from a teenager, a preteen, to a teenager. Now your body's doing certain things, that's all weird and you don't even know. Then to relationships where you haven't even figured out yourself, or what is working out. Mind you, then to somebody's mom, to somebody's wife, and to somebody's every dad or whatever. Mind you, not even really fully understanding about yourself. When there's a village around, you get to also see dynamics of people, and sometimes it's a broken ladder from the gate. The mom ain't got nobody, the dad ain't got nobody, the grandmom ain't got nobody, the grandpa father ain't got nobody, and everybody just mad at everybody because nobody knew how to be emotionally, responsible in any of the situations. Or you go from the people that may have had everything. The dad is always at work because we got to have a whole lot of stuff. Mom just out spending, possibly drinking, and probably ain't talking to us. They out here talking about people in ways that they like. It's a lot of stuff that we have to all internalize as people. And I don't know which level you could be at, but or how you grew up. But at the end of the day, it's like you go from this little small thing to this real quick. You never really have like the in between. Oh, you got to go to school, you got to do this. Like, they never not program you. It's like always programming from the beginning, and you just trying to figure out your human experience here at Earth School. This, they said this is going to happen. What's the song essay? um Mama told me once that this was gonna happen, but she never told me when. She told me it would happen when I was much older. I wish it would have happened then. Is that New Edition? But anyway, even in between there, it's like the things that they do teach you about is that there's so many other things that happen that you don't get taught about. And then you just have to figure it out. And then you got all eyes on you. You got people watching you in ways, and you like, well, shit, I just wanted to be able to do this. No, never mind that you get taught to be a good person, and the world is full of people that are not good people. The world is being ran by exceptionally horrible people, but yet you told me to be a good person. You told me to keep my mind pure. You told me to, do everything right. But technically, it looked like the people that are out here fucking up is having the most fun. You want me to go to school. You want me to do this. You want me to do that. Because again, you want me inside of a program to kind of keep producing the same exact this. Like, it's the same exact thing. And all I want to do is figure out me as a person. I don't want to have to, go to school. I don't want to have to go to work. I don't want to have to talk to nobody. I don't want to have to. But then when I want to talk to somebody, I want to be able to talk to everybody. I want to be able to explore. I want to be able to adventure. I want to be able to, here, there, everywhere. And then I also want to be able to process, digest. And I don't want to have to do what they are telling me that I got to do. Because if this is my experience, I should be able to have everything that I need to be able to experience it while I'm experiencing it. I shouldn't have to be forced to go, spend 12 hours of my fucking day on somebody's job and then the rest of the 12 sleep. That's not living. This is supposed to be fucking life. I don't want to have to spend 12 hours of my day catering to this person, these kids, doing this, da 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 da, da, and then I'm exhausted. That's not life. It's sad. Either way, um, resilience is what you discover about yourself because you had to keep going anyway. I can do all things, but why did I have to? It's not about pretending that things did not hurt. So getting through days that you thought you couldn't, because sometimes it's a lot. Also, even in the process, I got to do all these things, but meanwhile the whole entire world actively hates me. Functioning while emotionally overwhelmed because the whole world fucking hates me. And I don't mean just a specific area. I don't mean just a specific place. I mean the whole entire world collectively got together to bully us. Rebuilding after disappointments. Well, damn. You mean to tell me I gotta lose and still grow, throughout this whole entire process? I can't even take the time to mourn what I gotta do because of the fact that, or what I went through, because the world is still going and I still gotta produce, even though I'm tired, I don't want to, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, I'm sad, but I still gotta fucking produce. Like, God, you letting these people do stuff that they shouldn't be allowed to do. And now I'm feeling bad because now I'm even questioning God, because God, like, I didn't ask to be this strong. I keep having to ask for strength because you keep putting stuff on me. And then you said that if it was too much, because functioning while emotionally overwhelmed, it's a lot of stuff and I can't even get my thoughts right. And you keep letting these people just, and I know God exists, but then I got to teeter between, you exist and I know you exist because you keep helping me, you keep getting me out of ways and you keep getting me out of things, and sometimes it's things that I put myself into. But God, you could actively, collectively already got a lot of this stuff already under control, because the people as a whole, we don't like it. We're saying we don't like it, and then they keep playing in our face and thinking that we slow and we stupid. Continuing even when you feel drained, because God, I'm praying every day. And then the people will say, work harder, do more, give more of your time. I ain't got no more time to give. It's kids, it's work. And just imagine, like, thank God for me right now, I don't even have that. But mind you, I went to school. I did 2 jobs, school, and 4 kids. That's too fucking much. And then I had the audacity to not feel sorry for anybody else because I had to do it. And so, but why did I have to do it? Still didn't, benefit nothing from it, more or less. But at the end of the day, I got through it. I did it. But that's too much. That's fucking too much. And just think, it's more people out here doing way more than that. So I can't even feel sorry for myself. But mind you, again, that's why I said from the beginning, I have to apologize to my kids because it was designed for us to think that that was okay. That is not fucking okay. It should be a village. It should be helping. Mind you, I just watched a gang of people get together to try to help a big box fucking company, Spirit Airlines. And sorry that Spirit Airlines is going out of, business. But I just watched a whole collective group of people just come together to be able to try to buy it. But you know what I'm noticing? A lot of them people were of the less melanated. Why do I come from the group of people that don't know how to get together, don't know how to collectively decide to put this together to help da 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 da. But mind you, I love it. I love my melanin, but can we get the people on the right track? Because it's funny how if I was just deciding to be like a most racist, a lot of the racist people that y'all have seen come up and be racist, the minute they start saying shit online against people, you know what happens? The racist people will lobby together and it'll be 5 billion people giving $5 at a time, and a person can live being a fucking racist, but I'm not allowed to live and be a good person. Why is it that they corrupted our system so much, so bad that, like I said from the beginning, Africa don't realize that they're all one place? The melanated people don't realize that they're all one people. They want to argue, oh, I'm not black. I'm not Dominican. I'm not Spanish. I'm not Mexican. I'm not Indian. I'm not African. I'm not Hindu or no, Haitian. Sorry, not Hindu. I'm not Haitian. All y'all melanated. Now, some more than less, more than others, but all melanated, all one people. Chinese. I'm not melanated. I'm watching Chinese women that is got hair tougher than mine. Like, how you get that hair, ma'am? Features more melanated than mine. They light skin, like less melanated. My daughter less melanated. They less melanated like her. But mind you, that is mixture of all the things that come from my side and her dad's side, Thailand and black. But mind you, the mixtures of whatever he could potentially be in his mom being Thai and whatever the hell that is. But yeah, black, heavily melanated. Look in the mirror on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and all they can figure out is how we gonna argue and how do I try to fit in with a culture that look like this, that don't want us around. And mind you, it comes in multiple different shades, but at the end of the day, I have to be the best, biggest, better one of, because I think this is the whitest or the less melanated version. Either way, as long as they keep the argument going and people don't realize, like, if y'all come together, Africa, team up, become one nation under God. I'm gonna just leave that, you know. That's it, that's all. So continuing even when you feel drained. But mind you, the pain sharpens your perception. After heartbreak, people commonly become more aware of red flags that they used to ignore. Um, Patterns in relationships. Like after all of these things happen, we start to notice the parts that we should have noticed from the beginning. Your emotional instincts. When people always to this day they'll be like, "Oh, pattern recognition. I recognize patterns." Sometimes it takes us to, somebody ran over a turtle in my cul-de-sac, which kind of made me a little bit, because the turtle was on its way here. Mind you, it's funny because turtles are always on their way here. I don't know where the hell they be coming from, but they literally actively come over here. And right now they having babies in my pool, right? Because it ain't fixed right. And I've seen the babies already over there. So I don't know where he was coming from. But anyway, somebody ran his ass over, which made me feel sad because damn it. I told my son, he said, I told my son, I said, you're gonna have to pick that turtle up and bury it. And he telling me, asking me, did the neighbor get him? And I said, why would he get it? He said, because I asked him to. I am cracking up. Anyway, somebody need to pick it up and bury it. That's all I know. It needs to have a proper burial because y'all niggas ran it over. And why didn't you see it? Like, everybody knows that the turtles come back over here. Don't ask me why they come back over here, but when I get them, I end up, setting them free into the woods. But for some reason, every year they're coming here and delegating authority, nephew. Exactly. That's why I just said the bigger laughing face, because nigga, what? Okay, I see you making calls. I am crying. That is hilarious. Either way, just pick the damn turtle up because it looked just big. It was a big one too, big and squished. And they got the guts all over the place. Um, but somebody got to pick it up because that's disgusting. But if you notice your intuition gets better. So your emotional instincts, what feels safe versus what drains you. So trusting your gut more. Not because you're paranoid, but because experience taught you discernment. And so this is why we have to go through certain things. So wisdom and understanding. We remember that we had the conversation about them being separate things, but also a part of the whole entire plan. So understanding what you need emotionally, knowing what, again, because y'all keep forgetting, we keep going from this phase to this phase. And I can recall, like, even the difference in when I was turning into a teenager, from the time when you don't really now want to act like a kid, but now you're growing up, and people will say you're still a child, stay in a child's place, but you could tell that you're growing up. And then it's hard to, and for me, it was hard to kind of say, talk to your parents about the difference. And now you're becoming this. And it's great to see the kids now that are staying kids longer, but I was a product of babies having babies. So I didn't get to have, what proper children's life would be, maybe. But does anybody ever really get to have that? Because as we know, growing up and going through history and time, just think they've been out here taking the innocence of children. So a lot of kids don't get to grow up because in different cultures and different places, they marrying the little girls off early. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that's in corruption. She said, yeah, we grow up too fast. Yes. And so now it's like they have all this science as to what's right and what's wrong, but they don't protect the innocence at all, period. It's people that sit in a position that they know what they did. They know what they did to, the little people and this, that, and the third, and nobody's actively protecting that. Mind you, y'all meemaws, y'all racist ass grandmoms and pop-ups and this, that, and the third are actively protecting pedophiles and rapists. So do with that information what you will. But this is the culture, because is my mom meemaw a product of pedophilia and rape too? You see what I'm saying? And so it's almost like we have to really, we're being charged with healing a nation, because sometimes people think things are acceptable or okay because that's the way they grew up. They don't know that it's wrong. Also, actively, you got to remember the Bible, by Bible standards, when a female is old enough to have a cycle is when they're older, they're a woman. Mind you, they're still a child, but then we have to remember that everything that they have done actively with food and GMOs and this, that, and third are creating periods and cycles at a whole younger age. So now you're manipulated when a cycle or something is supposed to come on, and then you're using that as a standard, as they're able to have a baby because they have a cycle. But meanwhile, you manipulated what they eat in order to make that happen. So it's like you're the same way with the fruit. They're producing it, genetically modifying it so it can, yield faster. Same with people. It got genetically modified so now they can yield faster. You can have a baby faster. Like, this whole entire system is corrupted because the faster they can produce the humans, the faster we can get you to working, the faster we can get you to da 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 da. The fast. So same. It's just all in whether or not we see it or not. We see it on this aspect, but we don't see it in this. It's the same shit. And we can choose to turn a blind eye to it, but we shouldn't. Because what would happen to this world if people were able to just grow up and be? So, I hate chat sometimes because they be fucking lying so bad, and I know they be lying because I'll be asking it questions that so they give me the answer, and then it'll actively say no one has that. Bitch, you're a liar because I know it exists. And it's funny because I can put the same shit into Google, the same exact thing. So over here, I said to chat, I said, what society doesn't have clocks or time? Right? It says no society is completely without time because every human group understands its chain sequence, day, night, seasons, and durations in the same way. Um, there are, there are societies that traditionally do not use clocks, rigid time schedules, the way industrialized societies do. Event-based time societies. Many indigenous and traditional cultures operate on the anthropologists call time event time instead of clocks. A lot of lies and bullshit. Anyway, I went to Google, right? So when I go to Google, it says same exact question: what society doesn't have clocks or time? The Amandadwo tribe in the Amazon rainforest lives without clocks, calendars, or a fixed numerical age. Instead of measuring time, it is linear, abstract concept where language organizes life entirely around event-based rhythms, naturally like season shifts. All right, so there's a place, and I guess it's here. Let me see. Um, I think this is wrong too. Because there's a place that exists on Earth where people don't have clocks, right? You're likely thinking of Samori, a fishing village in northern Norway located above the Arctic Circle. Because of its midnight sun, the sun does not set for 69 days in the summer, making traditional timekeeping irrelevant. Seeing people playing soccer, jogging, or mowing lawns at 2 a.m. is a normal part of this society. Mind you, listen to this. These people don't have, a concept of time basically because they get to do whatever they want to when they want to. The crime rate in Samori are virtually non-existent. Making it one of the safest places in the world because it's a tiny, isolated fishing village of about 300 to 400 residents. The social dynamics completely discourage criminal behavior. And that could be because it's small, but I also think that it's because of the fact that these people just get to, live life and not have to really do too much. It is the primary reason crime rates are so low, despite people wandering around at 2 a.m. include high social trust. Everyone knows each other on the island. The tight knit community. National safety baseline. Norway overall is one of the lowest violent crime rates globally. In 2025, the entire nation recorded only 19 homicides. So even though Norway in its own self still has low crime rate, I must have lived there before because I hate when people ask me what time. Girl, I hate when people ask me what anything. Why do you want to know? If you're not able to help with nothing, like why are you asking me questions? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, if you was like that, then I would tell you anyway. You wouldn't have to ask me. I hate when people ask me anything, so I totally get you, honey. Um, anyway, it's a peaceful environment and everything of that nature. So that's another thing. It's like when they start adding extra shit and they start trying to force people to be outside of their natural rhythms, that's what creates all the BS. Okay, I'm gonna just say that because that's my thought process on it. Facts, you would already know. Damn right. Well, that's a period. So understanding your attachment periods or patterns, realizing that you're truly valuable, and becoming more honest with yourself is important. Overall meaning, pain does not only break you, it reveals you. Not because suffering is good, but because surviving it forces growth, awareness, and self recognition that comfort sometimes never demands. But it's also like, you know, not seeing people for who they are, because I don't want to really put it as I was really getting ready to say. It's like, again, innocence. To me, this society as a whole, the way it's designed, anything innocent, it wants to break it apart. It wants to tear it up. It wants to make it non-existent. So that's like when I say, like, people believe in God, but if God showed up today, they would allow them to kill it. Like if God showed up at this moment in time in this life, on this planet, y'all asking for miracles actively and everything else, y'all would deem it as something that, and y'all would let these people railroad it to the tune of destroying it. Y'all did the same thing with Jesus. Y'all did the same thing with anything and everything that y'all claim that y'all love. Y'all do not see this society for what it is. They already gave you the summoning, the mark. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. God gave us seeds. They GMO'd it and sold it back to us. Kill, steal, and destroy. God gave you the planet. They took title to it and they're selling it back to you, and you have to now pay for it. But God gave it to everybody. So y'all can see who's doing what. God gave us air. Guess what they're doing? Destroying the air. God gave us water. Guess what they doing? The polluting the water. It's not hard to see who is who. The people that sit in leadership, they're not actively leading. They're stealing. They're pillaging the land. They're not helping the people. Why you think there's so many homeless people running around here? Why you think this society is so broken? People can't eat and everything else. But mind you, they sitting in places eating lobster, shrimp, destroyed, getting rid of food, just wasteful as fuck, but not even feeding the people. Y'all think that's true leadership? Because if you were in leadership, you would figure out a better way to get it done. So y'all can clearly see who's doing the mess. And mind you, all y'all do is still sit around and clap for these people. Y'all worship these people. Not y'all don't pay attention to their works. Their works are not good. Their works are dead. How are you a leader and your whole entire community is suffering and you don't care? You trying to figure out how to build a ballroom. They don't care. That's like the emperor's new shoes. Like it's always them trying to persuade you to settle for less or to take less. Meanwhile, they're building overly extravagant anything and everything that don't even make no sense. Nobody told you to do what you're doing. And somehow that took precedence over the people that y'all done fired. Y'all done just did all this stuff to people and you don't care. But you need a ballroom. Because you need to dance and you need to party and you need to do whatever you and your, rich ass friends are doing, but you don't give a damn about the people that go to war for you. Fight. It's people that's at war right now. They're saying they ain't got no food. They're writing letters back home to their family saying that our government, our military is not feeding them. But they worried about a ballroom. They worried about people outside of our country. They got free healthcare, free everything in a whole nother country they went to war for, and they don't care about your brothers, sisters, family members, nothing eating. And y'all think that's true leadership? Y'all got time to be whatever it is, complacent, racist, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what it is. But y'all got time for that. But y'all don't realize that these people are sending your children, your brothers, your sisters, your family members to war to fight for a place that don't care about us. They give them free health care. They're sending our money over there. Your people are fighting for this, and they're not feeding your people. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? Y'all, and I'm gonna say y'all by the people who went to that building, y'all went and climbed the walls of the building, stormed the castle and everything else, but y'all not doing it for that. Like, to me, that says something about us, the people as a whole, that y'all literally did that. Mind you, that day when that shit happened, I was sitting on my couch looking at that shit, and I said, this is bad. Like, it was already bad enough when people got comfortable just like, being outrightly ignorant and not caring. But people went and stormed the castle, and the building was wanting to kill, steal, and destroy the other people that was in, the building. But y'all ain't decided to go storm the castle for them not feeding the military and sending them clear over there to fight a war that ain't got nothing to do with us. We stay in people's business. And yet, right at home, it's veterans. Y'all can go down to Atlanta or Philadelphia, New York, anywhere, and it's veterans laying on the side of the road, broken and handicapped, fought for this country, and they do not give a damn about them. And then y'all are lining up to send your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your family members to fight a war for these people. The war is at home. The war is right here. But y'all don't know nothing about that, and I'm wrong for saying it, because guess what? They'll be mad at me. They'll be trying to do whatever they want to do for me saying it, but not for them doing it. And y'all are still actively clapping for these people. I told y'all it don't make sense to me, because technically, actively, I'll do it. Like, literally, let God come down here and get them people. I'll do it. If y'all don't know how to get it done, I'll show y'all how to do it, because it seems simple and easy. It's people. The platform has already, the blueprint that already been laid out. It's countries that actively saying this how they combated their homeless. This is how they combated their the drug addictions. Mind you, the drug addictions wouldn't be there if the people that is sitting in the buildings wasn't actively doing the shit that they was doing. The problem with the fucking the weapons and stuff. Y'all know who's building the weapons. None of this stuff is y'all are oblivious to. We wouldn't have wars and things of that nature without these people. These are the people, they benefit anytime they can turn something into $1. So y'all see who's doing the shit. It's people sitting in prison. I keep saying this on a daily basis. Everybody that is in jail should be let free. You want to know why? Because if y'all letting these people run the country that done committed every crime under the sun, and they're not locked up, not being prosecuted, not nothing, then y'all got people, family members, this and the third, sitting in jail too for the same exact shit or less. And these niggas is out here running the country, being judges, being senators, being whatever the fuck they being. But mind you, y'all got people locked up in jail that ain't done half the shit that these people sitting in Congress done. They lie, they steal, and y'all still out here clapping for them and voting for them and not paying attention. Y'all ain't went and stormed the castle and tried to lock none of them bitches up. Like, y'all literally was going ham on some other people for not even half the shit that they done. And more, they keep releasing files, they keep doing this, and they keep saying disclosure, this and third, and y'all still ain't done nothing. Don't forget what I said earlier. Do we have what did you say earlier? And you came back, but clearly, listen. And see, I'm gonna just say this to you, because clearly you don't know me, right? But I already said what I said to you. So if we had the conversation, you don't have to circle back and ask me, do I understand anything? Do you understand? Because clearly you don't. I said what I said. So if you need to read it, like rewind it and go back and listen to what I said. And then when you speak to me, remember that this is my energy. So the energy you give is going to be the energy that you get. You don't have to say calm down, because I ain't even got rowdy about it yet. So you already giving me a vibe that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to check it every time. So go back and listen to what I said, and then you don't have to remind me of anything. Remind yourself, okay? So do with that information what you will, but I ain't it, okay? Anyway, so long story short, we have to be mindful that in order for anything to change, we have to start at first, right? We have to be the change that we wish to be. Majestic Grace, you already know. Like they gonna have to figure out yourself. Don't do me. My boundaries are my boundaries. Why? Why'd you have to get your point across? Like, elaborate as to why that was important. And see, now I'm gonna just have to say, like, see, I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm gonna give you a moment. But literally, tell me why you had to get your point across. What was important about you asking me, could you have my email, and me telling you that my email is located and at phone number, everything. So what did I need? You see what I'm saying? Don't play with me. I told you I don't like playing with other people's kids. Then I feel like you get ready try it, and it's not gonna go well because I ain't it. Anyway, I'm no longer shrinking to make other people comfortable. I don't do that. What is meant for me will not require me to betray myself. I'm not going to do that. I survived every version of me that thought I wouldn't make it. Point blank, period. My presence has value, even when I'm silent. I release the need to explain my worth to people committed to misunderstanding me. God, get them. Cause I'm trying to tell you, something just happened in my spirit that basically said, like, and I'm just, I deserve peace that does not have to be earned through suffering. And amen. Every setback taught me something my success never could. I'm allowed to outgrow people, places, and old versions of myself. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just say it, because you know what happens. It's a thing. Excuse me. It's a thing, right? With people who feel like they wanna have to express their dominance, and I can already see me and you ain't gonna get along because you're never gonna be dominant over me. And the fact that you had to circle back to say what you said already done got on my nerves. So I feel like I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be involved with you. I don't want you even like I just don't, because literally that right there lets me know that you're a person that feels like I dominate, and so you had to try it. And I am going to dominate you. I promise you every time. So that right there lets me know I don't need to talk to you. Look, you are a setback, and I have to know it and be aware, because it's like a thing. Don't let nobody bring you back down to levels that you don't already leveled up from. And the fact that you even did that let me know that you're not a level that I want to return back to. So don't call me please and thank you. Like, stay out of my energy and actively, like, just be silent, because if you start that, I'm definitely gonna cuss your ass out. And that's just my insides telling me, like, that was stupid and it didn't make no sense. Like, that, it didn't make no sense. Nothing about it made sense. So if it don't make sense, then it don't make sense. Um, and I want you to follow your own rules. Follow your own. Mind you, I was on my way, Majestic Grace. I was on my way to take it off, because guess what? I don't want to talk to you. You done already done created something in me that says you're a low level energy. You're a low level entity. I don't want to talk to you. I don't need you reaching out to me. I don't want you nothing. And you lucky that this is actively doing what it's doing. It's going slow, because you don't need to be here. Like, take your bitch ass on, and you don't have to talk nowhere, no way, no how, because bitch, you got the wrong person. Yeah. Um. So if you will forever always be one of the people, yeah, I don't like that energy. Understand? I will never under nothing you, bitch. Words are important. And people's behavior is important. Pay attention to people's behavior. That's somebody that basically wants to put you under submission or something and actively act like they got something. You ain't got shit I need. Nothing. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Thank y'all. Period. Because why would you, like, to me, why would you feel the need to come back to that? It was a simple ass, I said what I said, you said what you said, end of story. No more engagement needed to be done. Follow fucking directions. I don't like people that don't know how to read. Like, I said what I said. It's weird. And so that you're giving me a vibe that I already need to check, because no. I love respect. I love respect and opportunities. The love, respect, and opportunities I desire are capable of finding me. Period. I am rebuilding my life with intention, not fear. Mike Ty spoke her download out loud, and I heard that they got one one more time. Period. Like, literally, because that was what I'm saying. Because I wasn't gonna say nothing, because I was like, but my spirit said, nah, don't let that slide. Go ahead and check them, because this is actively the moment where we right here. They say, they never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles. Sometimes the hardest battles be the ones that we don't present ourselves, that we don't check right then and there. Like, it be somebody wanting to see if they can cross boundaries. You're never going to be able to cross none of my boundaries. I don't know you. I don't have to know you. I'm not missing anything by not knowing you. That's the thing. And so sometimes it is actively being present right in our face. Like, are you really going to let this cross your boundary? Because I was going to keep going and just, go ahead and leave the site. But my spirit said, no, don't let it happen. Do not let it happen, because the fact that they use understand, like, y'all gotta watch. The power of life and death is in the tongue. The fact of the matter that a person used the words that they used was like they was coming back to sun me or tell me something or put me under submission. Like, who the fuck are you? Bitch, get your ass gone, because you don't gotta talk to me just because I don't care what you in. Whatever I need, God is going to send. Whatever I need, God already is aware of it. God ain't going to send no minion ass energy that needs to circle the fact to ask me, do I understand? I comprehend very well. Bitch, I said what I said. That's weird. And so my spirit was getting ready to let it slide, but well, I was getting ready to let it slide. My spirit said, hell to the no. Not today. Not today, Satan. I do not chase validation anymore. I become aligned with myself. And myself said, check big ass. Period. My future is not canceled because my past was difficult. That is what a lot of us need to know. We standing under nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you see that? Like, you was not my mom, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face. I carry power, wisdom, and resilience that nobody can take from me. The energy you give is going to be the energy you receive. Like, people don't want you to be able to see that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the things that we go through allow for us to spot it faster. And so I say that all the time. The energy you give is going to be the energy you receive. Sometimes we don't realize our energy is already in response to their energy has already come across. And I love that about me. I love that my energy, steps up and receives and searches the room first. My energy automatically stepped into the room. My energy already is, actively doing what it's doing. And then I have to pick it up. Like, why that happened? Yeah, go ahead and fix that. So, as I explained to y'all before, my energy be entertaining people, clear across country. So I know my energy big. Mind you, actively, they show me, by, the people or this, that, and the third. So this is why I'm saying, like, I have to trust me. And that was just a moment saying, nope, don't engage, don't entertain you, don't give nobody access, because here they go. They be trying it. I'm becoming someone my younger self would feel safe with. Amen. I mean, what tried to break me helped me reveal who I truly am. I mean, all right, I love that for us and y'all, and thank y'all for being here. Hopefully this helped. The message being, they never expected you to rise after everything. You survived the hardest battles. And excuse my stammer, stutter, whatever that was today, because I don't know what that was about. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, and always go with God. If you wish to donate towards my channel, Superstar Super Stickers is definitely welcome. My GoFundMe is in my bio, also my Cash App and all of that. So if you wish to donate there, please and thank you. I love y'all. Have the day y'all deserve, and so will I. Go with God. Mike, Majestic Grace, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Let me see who else over there talking. Let me see. Casey, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Love you. And welcome to the I've been seeing you showing up a lot, and I appreciate that. Welcome to the family. Gaze, I love you. Thank you for being here. Shay, hi Shay. I miss you. Oh, she said keep your thoughts pure. Amen. Thank you, Shay. Shay, thank you. Shani, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. She came in, she said hi. She was quiet. I love you. Thank you for being here, y'all, everybody. Lisa and Drill Gunsman, thank you for being here, but no thank you on the offer, whatever it was. And please go with God, have the day you deserve. I ain't hating nobody and I ain't mad at nobody. I just am not with whatever that is, and that's on God. So I love y'all, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel, and go with God.